out the bag.
Would throw here, stands back near his own end zone, fires it out, and Gorkuber's got it. He's out past the 30, 40, midfield, down to the 40. He could go all the way. Oh my goodness! This is 7 scoring run for Elk River. Now here's Mason Witt driving his way up. Helsher looking to attack, then it comes out to Riley Byer. Spin move off to Helsher. She'll shoot the 3 and score.
Take the kick here.
Yeah, I think that's
or is that
Patrick Klecker.
Oh, that's Klecker. Okay,
yep,
sorry.
and his shot got deflected, and the follow-up is gone. State brings you the instant replay. And Alexandria is on the board here in minute number 66. The Alexandria Cardinals. He works their way in front here. And again, going into the locker room, it is 30-6 in favor of Alexandria. This for a berth in the Class 5A state football tournament. Now here is a pitch. Snidey gets it. He'll go down in the backfield. Oh. Yeah,
I would outscore the Tech Tigers.
Yeah, that's right. And so the Cardinals will get the 2nd and 3rd place. And it looks like in lane number 2, I think Victoria Davidson is our videographer tonight. And Steve D is our KXRA radio studio engineer. Now a muscle attempt, and now a turnover and a goal. And the Cardinals are maintain control of the punt, but it's going to be taken here by Wyzetta. Centering attempt into the slot area gets broken up. Emily Doherty trying to skate out with it, but now Russo has it. She'll fire, save made, and
oh, have to be very, very legitimate or intentional with their puck play.
Now Madeline Lewis is battling Brecklin Ellingson, and here's a shot and
by 9 runs. The jump swing, and this one's right side down the line. That's going to be in for a 3rd. He'll make it in with a sliding triple. 2 more runs.
Radio 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, and 105.7 FM KXRA in the Alexandria Lakes area. We are about a half an hour away from the varsity game with Alexandria hosting Sauk Rapids Rice. Great to be with you on this Tuesday evening for our 5th and final Alexandria game broadcast of the regular season for varsity baseball. The postseason for the Cardinals begins in about 2 weeks. Let me introduce the people that are helping to make our broadcast possible. Back at KXRA Radio in downtown Alexandria, the main man at Master Control is Steve D. Jay is our videographer this evening as he is doing the work behind the camera for our YouTube coverage and also lending a hand tonight in terms of commentary and other duties, as well as JP Boline and myself, the sports director for Leighton Media Alexandria Stations, D-Mac Dave McClure. And JP, again, a rather breezy day. Unlike Friday, I don't think the wind's going to let up as we get closer to sundown, but nice that the weather can cooperate, and a good crowd on hand as a lot of young people are getting a free meal before they watch the varsity baseball game.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day despite the wind, and it's a decently warm wind as well. It's nothing too cold, and we don't got snow, we don't have any rain, so we're gonna take this. We got some sunshine, so nothing wrong with this, and there's no dirt in the infield either, blowing everywhere.
That's right, because it is an all-turf infield. That is not an issue at the present time. I know they do have some natural dirt out on the outfield warning track and everything, but that's not necessarily blowing all the way across. But still, Alexandria will be seeking a third consecutive win, and it is interesting, JP, that the Cardinals have been very close to the 500 mark. Not really under the 500 mark all that much at all, but not really pulling away from the 500 mark. I believe Alexandria has only lost back-to-back games one time this year, but the Cardinals only have one 3-game winning streak, and they can equal that with a victory tonight against Sauk Rapids Rice.
Yeah, exactly, and that was 2 big wins against Bemidji, and they were hard-fought wins. Obviously, it costed a couple of really good players, a couple of injuries, but Alexandria, they got good depth, and they really regrouped, and they just played well. It was just 2 full games of baseball that were played really well. Defense is playing well. You got really good pitching, and that's, I think, Alexandria's biggest strength right now is their pitching. And when the hitting is on, it's hard to stop. That's for sure. And you got to hit when runners are in scoring position, and they did that well as well too. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Alexandria can do here tonight. A Central Lakes opponent, not in the race for Central Lakes title this year, but it's still always good to get a Central Lakes win.
That's right. Alexandria is presently 6-3 in the CLC. The Cardinals basically play everybody in the conference one time that is a Class 3A postseason opponent. And then the teams in Class 4A that are part of this section, the Brainerd Warriors and the St. Cloud Crush, Alexandria plays those teams 2 times each. And the Cardinals were able to win the doubleheader against Brainerd. They split the doubleheader down in St. Cloud against the Crush back in late April. Again, we expect an on-time varsity start around 7 o'clock. You might want to bring some extra wraps if you are coming to the game. Right now our temperature's in the mid-60s, but as the wind continues and the temperature goes down, you'll have the autumn elements in the air as the night goes on. But still, we're going to play ball tonight. Alexandria at 10-7 versus Sauk Rapids Rice at 7-8. The Storm has a 5-5 CLC record with 2 conference games to go. Our pregame show is being brought to you by Juettner Motors in Alexandria, your best price dealer, proud to be serving the region for 50 years. Since 1976, people have come to rely on their automobile purchases at Juettner Motors in Alexandria. Congratulations to Juettner Motors on 50 years of serving the Alexandria Lakes area. The boosters of Alexandria Cardinal sports coverage are bringing you our broadcast tonight. And again, thanks to all of the people on site and at KXRA Radio making our coverage possible. We'll take our first break here during the Juettner Motors pregame. Our next segment will include the Alamere Health Coaches Comments feature, as you'll hear an interview that I put together a short time ago with Jake Munch, the Alexandria varsity baseball coach. After this, timeout.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. AGuard. We build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
Hi, I'm Dr. Emma.
And I'm Dr. AJ. We're the dentists at the Alexandria Dental Clinic, where advanced care meets a family-first approach.
From cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign to restorative work and pediatric care.
Alexandria Dental Clinic, your smile's new best friend.
At ALP Utilities, we're proud to be a community-owned public power and water utility. That means local decisions, reliable service, and reinvesting in Alexandria. From classrooms to sidelines, We're proud to be a part of the moments that bring our community together.
There is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
Juettner Motors, your best price dealer. Make your Juettner Motors your best price dealer.
Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new and used equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best, piano and voice to guitar and violin. Carlson Music Center, for all your musical needs in Alexandria.
We welcome you back to Arnie Backus Glenwood State Bank Field at Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria as we continue with more of our Juettner Motors pregame show out in front of tonight's varsity baseball matchup. It's Alexandria hosting Sauk Rapids Rice on Youth Night 2026. Our pregame coach's comments feature is being brought to you by Alamere Health. Dave McClurg joined right now by the head coach of the Alexandria baseball team, Jake Munch. And Jake, I know we stepped inside, kind of underneath the main grandstand here at Canute, but I see a lot of families have brought their young people out. Future Cardinals, as I like to promote them as, with Alexandria's Youth Night. Just your initial nighttime observations on what we're seeing with more people at the park here.
Yeah, it's just a wonderful night that we host each year, and there's already quite a few people here, and generally there's an influx of people as we get a little bit closer to the varsity game. But just a great opportunity to bring families together and come out and promote and celebrate baseball. And baseball is a really strong following in Alexandria. We're very fortunate to have a very strong association that puts in a tremendous amount of work for our youth. And just a great opportunity to get them in front of the big stage here to watch the varsity players play and give them a free meal and just continue to support realistically our future, right? And keep them excited about baseball and keep our numbers where they are. And it's our favorite night of the year. There's always a great buzz in the park.
I know that, obviously there is some organization that goes behind this. Is it the main Alexandria Area Baseball Association that kind of coordinates this? Because again, when you've got a lot of young people and you're feeding a lot of those kids, there does need to be some extra legwork.
Yeah, in the beginning of the season when we put our schedule together, we identify which nights are going to be our events like senior night and youth baseball night. So we're way ahead when it comes to a planning purpose, and we've done it so many times. It's basically just getting the word out and sending out flyers, promoting it, getting our players in the elementary buildings like they were this morning just to encourage attendance tonight. But it's more of just doing the same thing year after year, but getting that word out and obviously hoping for nice weather. Nice weather makes a really big impact on our attendance, and we have a decent evening here tonight. So hopefully we get a big crowd.
Friday, Jake, your team was at home to meet the Bemidji Lumberjacks, a common opponent in Class 4A, Section 8, and I would think after watching the action on Friday unfold, you had to be feeling very good. Bemidji, I think, like Alexandria, probably one of several teams that could win a section title later on in the month of June, but how pleasing was it to see what your two pitchers were able to do, Landon Guest-Norling and Griffin Wimmer, to hold Bemidji basically to something like 2 runs and about 6 or 7 hits over 14 innings of batting.
Yeah, no, they had a phenomenal evening, both of them on the mound, and that's something that we've done consistently well throughout the season, has had good starting pitching and played really good defense. It was really nice to, we played some pretty good baseball here, and came out on the losing end of stuff when it comes to timely hits and that, and it felt really good to play a solid game and get those timely hits and beat a really good opponent. Bemidji is a nice team, but we came in there and did everything that we were supposed to do and walked out of here, which are probably our 2 biggest wins of the season, needing those wins to just re-energize our team and just kind of get the prize for the effort that we've been putting in. As coaches, it's our job to continue to instill confidence and belief in our players. When we win, that helps. And we felt really good after Friday night. Now it's just a matter of rolling that over here into the last 4 games of the season, starting with Sauk Rapids tonight, who's got a really nice team. And hopefully we just continue to do the stuff right that we've been doing.
I know that in both of the games on Friday, your team was able to get some early offense for Landon in Game 1 and then for Griffin in Game 2.
Again, the Cardinals scored 6 runs in 12 innings of batting, but those were some runs early on. How beneficial is it to scratch out some early offense?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the stats are on the schedule, but we've played a majority of our games this year coming from behind, and to have a little bit of a cushion, a little bit of ability to relax a little bit and put some runs on the board before they do helps our team just fit into the zone of what we need to do. So that is a goal that we have here moving forward, and just to try to put some runs up on the board early to give ourselves an opportunity to make a mistake, if we do, and not always feel like we're fighting from behind, which has been pretty often this season. And I thought we've done a really nice job of being resilient and winning some of those games, but it sure is nice to have a little bit of a cushion.
Sidelight from the Friday doubleheader, Jake, was the fact that you go into the doubleheader already down one player, that being Jackson Waltzing, who got hurt in the loss to Sartell on Thursday. I'll talk about the other 2 players that went down on Friday in a couple of moments, but Ty Miller stepped in, and he shared some thoughts with us after the doubleheader wrapped up on Friday. Really his first significant varsity experience maybe in his life. What did you see out of Ty's performance, what he was able to contribute, whether it be in the field or at the plate?
Yeah, Ty stepped in and made an immediate impact for our ball club, and he's been doing a really nice job at the junior varsity level hitting. We always question of whether or not our people can make that jump to varsity pitching and being able to hit that, because there is a significant difference. But Ty is a player that has wonderful bat control from the left side of the plate. And we talk about, setting a tone and getting on early. He scored us our first run on that RBI single, to start that game. So he did a really nice job. And, I called him up on the bus when we were going to Sartell, and I just looked at him and said, "You're going to dress varsity tomorrow and you're going to play," and I think that he was very excited about that. And for him to have 2 nice games like that at the plate just helps instill confidence in him here moving forward. And we're hoping that he can continue that. With the injuries that we currently have, we need somebody to step up, and he's the guy, and he'll have another opportunity tonight to showcase his skills.
I'm not going to ask you to get into details about the players that were lost in the doubleheader on Friday, but one player went down in the first game. That was Brom Peterson. Second player goes down, Zach Iverson, in the second game. Honestly, Jake, I was not watching, their injuries because they were happening while the ball was live in the field of play. But how bizarre was it to have 2 players go down basically in a 2-game span there?
Yeah, it's really bizarre, we lost Jackson down in Sartell, and then both Brom and Zach and the next night here at Canute Nelson. And you're right, there was an interesting situation with Brom getting hurt. I wasn't watching when he actually went down, and I actually sent Brody Adelman home, and Brom was laying on home plate, so that could have been much worse than it was. But, we can't control the injuries, and we feel for them, and all those players are impact players for our baseball team. And we encourage and hope the best in their recovery and the best news to, get back out there and help our ball club. But what it really ends up happening is you have situations like Ty Miller that has to step in, and Ty Miller produces for our team and does a really good job, and Easton Clement came in and did a nice job for us that night too. So one thing that we do like about our team is we have players that can step in and play, and we can talk about value and roles and your importance to a team, and it's tough for players sometimes to understand their value when they haven't played a lot. But realistically, many of those players are one injury away from being the guy, and that's what we try to do as coaches, is just keep up that value that they have, and hopefully when their opportunity comes, they come and help our baseball team, which happened against Bemidji the other night. But not sugarcoating it, those injuries will impact our team, and we wish that we could have them back. But we talk a lot about the things that we can control and the things we can't control, and right now we can't control that happened, and we just hope the best for their recovery and get back out on the field.
Yeah, and I know I talked to Jackson Waltzing a little bit before we started up our broadcast, and he kind of feels, in conversing with him, a month at least before he's able to get back, which would kind of line up for a Summer Legion baseball season and everything. But any idea if you'll get Brom or Zach back before the end of the year, or is that still a lot of question marks right now?
Yeah, Zach. We should have Zach back here hopefully next week. We're not so sure about Brom. There's still some stuff that we need to figure out when it comes to, stuff that he's having done at the clinic and that kind of stuff. But we're hoping he does, but we just have to wait and see what happens when it comes to that.
We are getting together here with Jake Munch, the head coach of the Alexandria Cardinal baseball team, during our Juettner Motors pregame show. Play-by-play is on the way at the top of the hour as Alexandria hosts Sauk Rapids Rice in Central Lakes Conference baseball. Sauk Rapids Rice comes in right around the 500 mark. I know they're coming off a loss to Sartell last night, but that meant a split for Sauk Rapids against their rivals across the river and everything. And, I think the overall mark for the Storm is 7-8, but historically it seems like Sauk Rapids Rice has some pretty good baseball year in and year out. Do you know a whole lot about this year's team that's coming to Canute?
I don't know much about them. I see, based on record-wise, they seem to be very similar to us. They beat some good teams. They've lost to some teams that they probably shouldn't have. They do have a brand-new coaching staff, which always adds a mix-up to a program. But they're always, every time that we play them, they always put up some sort of battle. And we have to play really good baseball to win tonight. Obviously, with the buzz in the air, they're going to be hyped up just like we are to get out on the field. And it's a matter of controlling emotions and taking care of the job. But we respect every opponent we play. We try not to look ahead at all. Our most important game is going to happen here in about an hour, and we need to get the victory.
In terms of the mound setup for tonight, as you converse with Chris Keppa ahead of this evening, how do you start the week here in terms of who gets the ball first in this game?
Yeah, Evan's going to start on the mound tonight. He pitched last in Sartell and did a really nice job. Another pitcher that's been really consistent for us. The challenge with the injuries is figuring out the way to make a lineup in your plan Bs and plan Cs if Evan needs to come out of the game and we move someone in, how that works with the DH and substitutions and that kind of stuff. So that's a chess game that we have to play as coaches, and sometimes dictates the way a lineup is produced, just to make sure that we are taking care of the intangibles and the things that we can't foresee are occurring but try to predict. But we hope that Evan has a solid start. He's done a good job all year, and it's just a matter of supporting him defensively and scoring a couple runs, and we have all the confidence that we can do that.
Another sidelight, Jake, I was just thinking about as we've been putting together the interview regarding what happened on Friday against Bemidji. What Griffin and Landon were able to do is keep the number of walks down. I think between the two, maybe one walk allowed, and I think one Bemidji batter got hit by a pitch. And I think that ties into what we've talked about previously in terms of allowing free bases, and that really seemed to be a big check mark in favor of your Cardinals.
Yeah, before last game we talked about how offense was something that we just really struggled with this year, getting those timely hits. And going into Bemidji, our team ERA was like 2.5 or 2.6, and after Bemidji, our ERA went down, right? So our pitchers, again, just continue to give us opportunities to win, and we just hope that continues here for the rest of the season and score some runs behind them. But, when you have busy weeks and long weeks with 5 games and that kind of stuff, your pitchers having quality starts going 5-6 innings really helps us out. So to have both of those pitchers go complete games means we didn't have to use any arms on our bench, and we have fresh arms coming into what we consider a pretty relaxed week with only 2 games.
And as it turns out, I think you've got a 2-game week here and a 2-game week next week, but they're kind of clustered. I think it's Tuesday, Friday this week, and then Monday, Tuesday next week. Is that going to line your team up all right with the start of the section tournament, which I believe is about 2 weeks away?
Yeah, we'll be fine. The biggest issue we have is the break between our last game and the first game of the section tournament. So we still have a scrimmage date that we're allowed to do, so we're going to try to find a team to come scrimmage us on the 28th or 29th of, I can't remember the exact dates, but later in that week before that Tuesday where we start the tournament. So looking forward to that, hoping that we can clean up these last few teams that we play here to give ourselves hopefully an opportunity to play at home for our first playoff game. But it's up to how we play, and I believe in this team and believe in the players, and I think that we have all the recipe to be very successful. It's just a matter of putting it together for something that's really difficult. Baseball's a really difficult game, and we never question the effort of our players. They're working hard. They're trying their best. Just want to see them get some of the success that they've worked so hard for.
Jake, as always, we appreciate the opportunity to visit with you. Best wishes to you and the Alexandria Cardinal baseball team, not only this evening, but through the rest of the regular season, and we'll look forward to connecting with you again very soon.
Thank you, Dave.
There is the head coach of the Alexandria Cardinal baseball team, Jake Munch. Our pregame coach's comments are being brought to you by Alamere Health. It's better here.
As we come to you from Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria, still a few minutes away from the start of tonight's varsity baseball game. The Alexandria baseball team is just getting set to wrap up their infield, outfield warm-ups, and Sauk Rapids Rice will have the opportunity to do so in a couple of minutes. The JV game ended up going to the bottom of the 7th inning. It was a 2-2 tie, and then Alexandria scored the game-winning run on a wild pitch with 2 out, and the Cardinals get the junior varsity win by a final score of 3-2. And now the varsity teams from Sauk Rapids Rice and Alexandria are going to be competing in just a few minutes. The Alexandria Cardinal fast pitch softball team is meeting Brainerd today. The doubleheader got underway at 4 o'clock this afternoon. I would presume they're well into game number 2 of the Twin Bill. The Cardinals matching up against the Brainerd Warriors. Those are now common rivals in Class 4A Section 8. Maybe a playoff preview somewhere down the line for Alexandria and Brainerd. Meanwhile, the Alexandria track and field teams are having their final regular season home competition with the B. Lorman Alumni Invitational taking place today at the Alexandria Area High School Stadium. That got underway in the 4 o'clock hour. And JP Boline, I know that, the month of May is a really exciting time. Obviously, I think it was 8 seasons ago or 8 years ago, you were one of the seniors that was getting ready to wrap up your career in high school and everything. But how active of a month is it, especially when you're trying to, tie up the loose ends in the academic year, and you got graduation around the corner, and you're probably planning for an open house and things like that?
It depends on, I guess, how prepared you are in school. Because, if you're all set and, everything's in place, it was kind of a chill couple of months. I have incredible parents, obviously, so they helped a lot with a lot of the open house and did it with a couple of friends as well. So their folks helped as well. So I didn't have to do a whole lot in that aspect, but it was kind of a calm couple of months. You're getting ready, you're getting excited, figuring out, maybe you're still figuring out where you're going to school. I think I probably had it pretty set at this time, but it's an exciting time. It's nerve-wracking, that's for sure. You don't know what's in the future. What you think you're doing right now, you might change in a month. It's just so volatile. So it's an exciting time, and I didn't play any sports in the spring after the winter season. So it was just kind of relaxing, getting ready for the last summer that you are, I guess, a high school student.
Yeah, I kind of look at it, you're getting closer to being in the real world here. Yeah. That, you're kind of spreading your own wings, so to speak, and, developing another chapter in your life. And I know for our starting pitcher, Evan Zabel, I don't want to spill the beans, but I know I'll have the opportunity to interact with him this weekend in a social setting like a graduation open house. Yeah. And that's gonna be a lot of fun. And then ironically, I know a couple of other students are having a graduation open house Memorial Day weekend. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you and 2 of your fellow classmates had your graduation open house, did you do it in the eating facility at the Alexandria Golf Club?
Yeah, so it's the downstairs area where they host a lot of events. And yeah, that's where me and one of the friends, actually I think all 3 of us were working there that summer. Okay. So, it was a chance, got really into golf, throughout high school, and got to play some free golf if you work there. So it was a nice opportunity as a kid, working in the kitchen, working in the pro shop. So yeah, we did the graduation there too, and I'm sure we golfed that morning or afternoon too. So
excellent. So one of the other graduation open house destinations for me is the Alexandria Golf Club a couple of Saturdays from now. But enough on my social schedule. We've got work to do, and we look forward to bringing you the baseball play-by-play coming up. Alexandria versus Sauk Rapids Rice. Thanks to Juettner Motors for being the presenting sponsor of our pregame show. Juettner Motors will be along to sponsor the postgame report after tonight's play-by-play. Now on our platforms, including Leighton Media, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, and 105.7 FM. And also, as you watch on the Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel, Let's enjoy these words from our boosters of Cardinal sports coverage.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted Best Real Estate Company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel. Go Cardinals!
A broken tooth? Fixed in one appointment? Yes, we do that at Dental Health Associates with our CEREC crowns. We'll fix your tooth in one appointment, which means less time off work, less time away from your family, and more convenience for you. You're in and out in one visit.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
From Arnie Backus, Glenwood State Bank Field at Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. Alexandria Cardinal baseball is on the air as you watch tonight on the Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel. And thanks for listening in to People Radio KXRA for the broadcast. Steve D is our KXRA radio studio engineer back at Master Control. Jay is on the videography work tonight behind the camera, helping to bring you the live video shots that you're watching on our YouTube channel. And along with JP Boline, I am D-Mac Dave McClurg. Your pitching matchup tonight will feature Evan Zabel on the hill for Alexandria. He is a senior, and he's going to be matching up against Kason Schinkel, who is a junior for Sauk Rapids Rice. Now, Schinkel is not in the batting order. He is being DH for tonight, but Evan Zabel is in the batting order, though Alexandria will be using a designated hitter for tonight's game. Before we get on to the presentation of our national anthem, let's introduce the lineups for tonight's varsity baseball matchup as Alexandria at 10-7 on the year faces Sauk Rapids Rice, which is coming in at 7-8. The lineups and batting orders are being brought to you by Alamere Health. It's better here. First of all, for the visiting Sauk Rapids Rice Storm, 5-5 in the CLC, 7-8 overall. Here is the batting order that head coach Jeremy Christie has put together for tonight's game. Designated hitter Nolan Black will be the leadoff hitter. He's DHing for the pitcher Kason Schinkel. Batting second, the shortstop Griffin Rostein. Batting third, the catcher Brody Saban. The cleanup hitter for Sauk Rapids Rice is the center fielder Carter Riedemann. Batting fifth and playing at first base, Owen Gales. Batting sixth for Sauk Rapids Rice, the second baseman, Gavin Peterson. Batting seventh, the third baseman, Connor Goulette. Batting eighth, the left fielder, Peyton Reamer. And rounding out the Storm batting order tonight is the right fielder, Reed Krogstad. Again, the batting order for Sauk Rapids Rice, Nolan Black, Griffin Rostein, Brody Saban, Carter Riedemann, Owen Gales, Gavin Peterson, Connor Goulette, Peyton Reamer, and Reed Krogstad. Let's introduce the Alamere Health starting lineup and batting order for the Alexandria Cardinals under head coach Jake Munch. The leadoff hitter will be the right fielder, Connor Anderson. Batting second, the left fielder, Ty Miller. Batting third, the shortstop, Brody Adelman. The cleanup hitter for Alexandria is the designated hitter, Nolan Johnson. He's DHing tonight for the starting center fielder, Landon Guess-Norling. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Griffin Wimmer. Batting sixth for Alexandria, the starting pitcher, Evan Zabel. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Nolan Fettig. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Easton Klimek. And the ninth batter in the Alexandria order tonight is the catcher, Sam Wiseman. Again, the Alexandria batting order is put together by head coach Jake Munch, Connor Anderson, Ty Miller, Brody Adelman, Nolan Johnson, Griffin Wimmer, Evan Zabel, Nolan Fettig, Easton Klimek, and Sam Wiseman. Again, our thanks to Altamere Health for being the presenting sponsor of the starting lineups and the batting orders for the two teams tonight. Keys to the game are being driven by Alexandria Motors. Together, let's drive with Alexandria Motors. Visiting with both head coaches before the start of tonight's game, Sauk Rapids Rice head coach Jeremy Christie said that the season has kind of evolved just like the record would indicate. His team's had some good games with starting pitching. The energy level's been good game by game, but timely hitting at times has been lacking this year for the Alexandria baseball team. Or for the Sauk Rapids Rice baseball team, which is getting set to face Alexandria tonight. So when I talked to Coach Christie ahead of the broadcast, he shared with me that we need to move runners around, and that means getting some effective hits, especially with runners in scoring position. Meanwhile, for the Alexandria Cardinal baseball team, Coach Jake Munch feels that, again, he would like to see his pitchers, whether it be Evan Zabel by himself or different people that would come in following Evan Zabel tonight, attack the strike zone, make sure Sauk Rapids Rice is putting the ball in play, and then trust the defense behind you. Alexandria committed a couple of errors in the two games against the Bemidji Lumberjacks on Friday, and only one of those errors led to an unearned run. Otherwise, the errors were inconsequential into the way that doubleheader evolved, as Alexandria won both games by 3-1 scores. The keys to the game driven by Alexandria Motors. Together, let's drive with Alexandria Motors. If you are watching on the YouTube channel, you'll notice a number of people on the field right now. The Alexandria varsity players will take the field with a number of young people. Again, it is the annual Youth Baseball Night being celebrated here at Knute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. Nice attendance of people in the grandstands above the Alexandria dugout and behind the home plate area. Many of the fans situated along the respective baselines, down the right field line near the concession stand area, and even down the left field line as well. This is the only meeting of the year between Alexandria and Sauk Rapids Rice. Since the teams went into opposite classes for the postseason, generally they've played each other one time. What's interesting is that as Alexandria was moving up from Class 3A into Class 4A, Sauk Rapids Rice was moving down from Class 4A to Class 3A. Now for the Storm, the Sauk Rapids Rice teams were generally in the highest class or the biggest class for a 2-year span. For Sartell, it was a little bit longer, 4 years for the Sartell teams, but now Sartell and Sauk Rapids Rice are both in Class AAA for the postseason in baseball and fast pitch softball, though the enrollment numbers at the three high schools, Alexandria Area High School, Sauk Rapids Rice High School, and Sartell High School, are very similar to one another. I think a lot of it comes down to families that apply for the free and reduced lunch option in the respective districts, and I think there, Sauk Rapids Rice and Sartell had more families make that application process. Again, you don't have to accept the assistance if you don't want it, but it's always good to apply for it because that computes into what your enrollment numbers would be. And, for the athletic teams, it also makes a determination of where they go for the postseason. So, Jackson, I know that we have seen a lot of Alexandria teams all year long, as is the case in the spring with the baseball and softball teams. We saw it with the boys hockey team in the winter, the soccer teams in the fall. You know, they're up in the biggest school class, as are the basketball teams in the winter.
Yeah, and it's been honestly a really good season if you put into perspective how many teams we've had go to state section finals. I mean, section finals, it's not as easy. It's not an easy road to get there in any sport. And we've had a couple of teams get close. I mean, you look at hockey, Cardinal boys, they had to go through in the first round the eventual state champion. And then you look at the girls, they also had to go through Moorhead, but they were getting close, and you know, they competed hard all season long. And a couple of other teams throughout the season that just competed hard. You know, basketballs also did so good, and volleyballs, you know, get there too. So it's been a fun season. It's been fun to see what a lot of these kids first time playing some teams from the Metro that they haven't seen. Some Wyzetas, you know, you got Elk River's been on the schedule a lot more for a lot of kids. So it's just been fun to see a bigger, stage and what these kids can do.
Yeah, and I know at least for this year and next academic year, Alexandria will remain in the big school class for a lot of the sports. So schools like Elk River and Monticello are now common section opponents for Alexandria in a lot of those activities. St. Michael Albertville is another school where Alexandria becomes a common rival. Alexandria will have one more baseball game against the section opponent. That'll be next Tuesday here against Moorhead. And then Friday, the Alexandria softball team will match up against the section rival, and that will be Alexandria versus Monticello, and that will be featured on our Layton Media platforms. We'll tell you more about that later, but now the national anthem brought to you by Carlson Music Center. Again, the national anthem during our broadcast here on our Layton Media platforms, presented to you by Carlson Music Center in Alexandria. For any of your music needs, including the scheduling of voice lessons for your son or daughter, you can visit Carlson Music Center. Of course, you can visit online anytime at carlsonmusiccenter.com, carlsonmusiccenter.com. JP, I know it's always excellent to recognize our country with the playing of the national anthem. I think a fun feature is that all of the young people that had the opportunity to be here for Youth Night, it's a pretty cool thing that they get to join the high school baseball players. You know, many of these young people we just saw on the field a few moments ago, they might be varsity players themselves 5, 6, or 7 years down the line.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, a lot of times I'll look back to this moment, and they'll have a favorite player that you watched in high school, and you'll follow them through their career. So it's always a fun moment, and yeah, it's just an awesome thing that Alexandria does, you know, follow them out to the field and stand with their someone who they really look up to. So awesome thing Alexandria does.
The Alexandria Cardinal baseball team is on the field defensively as Evan Zabel is taking his warm-up tosses. The Cardinals wearing the black jersey tops with the white pants and the red piping on the side of the pants. The numbers and lettering, red with the white outline on the black jersey. Sauk Rapids Rice school colors are green and gold. The Storm with the attractive white jersey tops and the white pants. The word Storm across the front of the uniform, and then the green numerals on the back of the Sauk Rapids Rice jersey. Again, Sauk Rapids Rice 5-5 in the CLC. This is the second game in as many days for the Storm. They were defeated in Sartell yesterday 10-0. That meant a season split between Sauk Rapids Rice and Sartell. The Storm won the earlier game at Bob Cross Park in Sauk Rapids by a score of 4-3. But Sartell, which will probably be one of the teams to watch out for in Section 8 AAA, was able to get the win at home against the visiting Storm yesterday. So Sauk Rapids Rice is on the road for a second consecutive day. And it looks like we are just about set to start as the leadoff batter for Sauk Rapids Rice, Nolan Black, is into the batter's box, and we are going to get our game underway around 13:14 after 7 o'clock. First pitch from Evan Zabel is going to be looped foul off to the right side, and the count is 1 strike.
We've seen Zabel pitch one time here. It was on home field, and pitched a very good game. Nearly got a complete game, and came up big in that game hitting-wise too. So hopefully a similar result today.
Here's a pitch a little bit low, and it's a count of 1-1. Nolan Black is the designated hitter, DHing this evening for the starting pitcher, Kaysen Schinkel. So 1-1 the count to Nolan Black, leading off the game. Here's a pitch a little bit outside, and it is 2 balls, 1 strike. Sam Wiseman is doing the catching tonight for Alexandria. Griffin Wimmer at first base defensively. Nolan Fettig at second. Brody Adelman is the shortstop. Easton Klimek over at third. Here's a pitch beaten foul, and it's now 2 balls, 2 strikes. The outfield defense has Ty Miller in left field. Landon Guest-Norling is the center fielder for the Cardinals, and Connor Anderson gets the start in right field. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the leadoff batter, Nolan Black, for Sauk Rapids Rice. Wind up by Evan Zabel. Next pitch bounces in, and it's a full count. Griffin Rothstein is the on-deck batter, and then Brody Sabin will follow here in the top of the first inning.
When Zabel is on, he throws hard, and he throws strikes too. So he does kind of get into a rhythm too. He throws a nice breaking ball, but he really throws hard.
And he delivers upstairs, and that's going to be a walk on a full count pitch. So Sauk Rapids Rice gets its leadoff batter on in tonight's game. 65 is the game time temperature with a healthy northwest breeze, upwards of 35 miles an hour, and it is going to stay rather breezy even as we get past sundown. Griffin Rothstein steps in. Evan Zabel snap throw over to first base, but back in is Black. Of course, Griffin Wimmer being at first, he throws left-handed, so he's got the glove on his right hand, kind of able to apply a snap tag there. Now we've got a bouncer left side. Third baseman Easton Klimek makes the play. Throw to first is good for the out. That'll go third to first on the ground ball put out. Not really an opportunity to get any double play there, but Black will move into scoring position, and the first left-handed bat in the Storm order will now step in, that being Brody Sabin. Sabin is the catcher for Sauk Rapids Rice.
Yeah, kind of a swinging bunt there. If it was a bunt, it would have been a perfect sacrifice, but swinging there, so runner in scoring position for the Storm.
And the first pitch from Evan Zabel is a strike. 0-1 the count. Nolan Black is the base runner for Sauk Rapids Rice in scoring position. Zabel works onto the stretch with the base runner on. Here's his 0-1 pitch. Belt high fastball, cut on and missed, and it's 0-2.
We've seen him get a lot of swings and misses when we've seen him pitch on that pitch. There's that high fastball. It's hard to track, and it's enticing for hitters.
So Zabel has the count advantage against Sabin. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Runner at second and 1 gone. Look back to second by Zabel. Here's his 0-2 pitch. It is outside. A ball and 2 strikes now to left-handed batting Brody Sabin for Sauk Rapids Rice. Just underway. We invite you to come on to the park. Youth Baseball Night in Alexandria 2026. Already a very good audience on hand. 1-2 to Sabin as Zabel out of the stretch delivers. A pitch that's fouled back, and it's going to be still a ball and 2 strikes. I tell you, JP, with the wind coming in from center field, I think fly balls are going to be knocked down. It could be that if we have pop-ups in this game, they could definitely be an adventure.
Yeah, and especially if they're going to be going down the right field or left field lines, because they're going to drop fast. And right field line, you could go foul ball, so get away with a couple.
Now we've got a bouncing ball left side. Shortstop Brody Adelman with the play. Throw to first is in time. Close play at first as Sabin was hustling down the line, but he's retired 6-3 on the ground ball put out. Black is going to advance to third base, so he's now 90 feet away from breaking up the scoreless tie early on. And now the Sauk Rapids Rice center fielder Carter Riedemann will step in.
Good play there, and a good way to get that slow bouncing ground ball and get it to first as fast as possible, because the runner was speeding down that first base line.
First pitch from Zabel is going to be bounced to the left side. This will be fielded by Easton Klimek on the third hop. Throw to first is just in time. So the Cardinals get 3 ground ball outs, fielding all 3 of them cleanly. And the threat for the Storm is by the boards. No runs, no hits, no Alexandria errors, and 1 left on base. Glenwood State Bank brings you our scoreboard updates, and through 1/2 inning in varsity baseball, it's Sauk Rapids Rice 0, Alexandria coming to bat.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
Family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. It's the right time for a getaway. It's the right time for a getaway. Let's get away.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat.
Welcome back to Arnie Backus, Glenwood State Bank Field at Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. Varsity baseball on a Tuesday night. For those of you listening to KXRA Radio, it's likely that the remainder of the Lars Larson program will be preempted this evening to accommodate our baseball coverage. Sauk Rapids Rice failed to score in the top of the first inning, and now the Storm's starting pitcher, Kason Schenkel, is completing his tune-up tosses here, and he'll face the top third of the order with Connor Anderson, Ty Miller, and Brody Adelman. And Sauk Rapids Rice has the lefty Schenkel on the hill for Connor Anderson. Wind up by the junior left-hander. First pitch, swung on and missed, and it's 1 strike.
And Alexandria's got a couple of left-handed batters in their lineup too, so a good strategy here from Sauk Rapids, but just get on base early and often.
Now another healthy cut, but no contact by Connor Anderson. Seems like the first couple of pitches from Schenkel have been going away from the right-handed batters, and so far Connor has yet to put one in play. 0-2 the count. Next pitch is going to be swung on and hit to the shortstop. Play over to first is good for the out, so 1 gone. Let's take an opportunity here to introduce the Sauk Rapids Rice defensive lineup. Brody Sabin is behind the plate, catching Schinkel tonight. Owen Gales is at first base, Gavin Peterson at second. The shortstop is Griffin Rothstein, and Connor Goulet is the third baseman. Peyton Reamer is in left field defensively, Carter Riedemann in center, and Reed Krogstad is in right field. Now you've got a lefty-lefty matchup with sophomore Ty Miller stepping in to face the starting pitcher, Schinkel. First pitch is a ball, next one is in for a strike. That will even the count out at 1-1.
I think it's obvious that Schinkel really likes to work the outside edges, and he did it here in the first at-bat with Anderson, and right-handed, now doing it again with a left-handed batter.
Here's a pitch beaten foul back behind the plate, and it's now 1 ball, 2 strikes. We have no score. We're in the bottom of the first inning. JP and D-Mac with the baseball play-by-play tonight on our KXRA radio frequency, and also as you're watching on the Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel, that's where you can get the live play-by-play broadcast mixed in with the KXRA play-by-play. Ty Miller knocks a pitch foul back behind home plate, so it's still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Schinkel's next delivery is swung on, hit to the right side, playable for the first baseman, and Ty Miller is going to beat it out. That's going to be an infield single for Alexandria's Ty Miller. And interesting, the placement of the ball there forced Owen Gales to come off the line to field it, and it was the pitcher Schinkel's responsibility to get over to cover first, and he was too late. So it'll be an infield single for Ty Miller. Again, Quality Real Estate bringing you our instant replays if you're watching on our YouTube channel. And, I think we'll see, JP, if Alexandria can take advantage. That's probably an out that Schinkel and the Storm should have gotten. And now you're going to have Ty Miller moving into scoring position when the ball goes off the glove of the catcher Sabin. So that's going to be a pass ball, and now Alexandria has a runner at second base and only 1 out.
Yeah, and that's one of those things where Alexandria, he got on base. It was a difficult play defensively. Probably should have got on a jump as the pitcher to first a little sooner, but you got to take advantage here if you're Alexandria.
Here's a pitch a little bit inside, and it's 2 balls, no strikes. Brody Adelman with an RBI opportunity here. One of the reasons why Alexandria was able to beat Bemidji twice on Friday. The Cardinals got some key hits early on in the game to establish leads. Here's a pitch in for a strike. And it's now 2-1 to Adelman. Brody Adelman, probably one of the players with the most high school experience on the varsity level. He was playing regularly as a sophomore 2 years ago. Now part of the class of 2026. He takes upstairs, and it's 3 balls, 1 strike. Designated hitter Nolan Johnson awaits his turn next.
And he's got a favorable count here, so you don't have to swing at anything close.
And he's going to take, and it's going to be in for a strike. So that will fill the count down to Brody Adelman at 3-2. 1 out. The base runner at second is Ty Miller for Alexandria. Miller reached on an infield single, then moved up to second on a pass ball. Here's the payoff pitch from Schinkel, and it's popped in the air. This will go back to the screen. And it's still 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Good way to stay alive there, and working hard here in this at-bat.
Oh, geez. Sorry about that. I didn't expect the gust of wind to pick it up, but hopefully we didn't knock things around too much. Here's the ball that's hit out to right field, but it's going to hang up, and the catch is going to be made by the Storm right fielder, that being Reed Krogstad. So line out, or a fly out to Brody Adelman. 2 gone here in the bottom of the first inning. Well, I guess I need to batten the hatches down a little bit more firmly there. Didn't think my scorebook or score sheet was going to do damage there. Now Nolan Johnson, another left-handed batter in the lineup, stepping in now. First offering is in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Johnson is the DH tonight for the Cardinals center fielder, Landon Guess-Norling. Miller is the base runner at second for the Cardinals, now with 2 gone in the first inning with no score. Here's a pitch that swung on, hit to the right side, fielded by the second baseman for Sauk Rapids Rice, and the throw by Gavin Peterson to first retires Johnson. That's all for Alexandria, so both teams strand a runner in scoring position in the first inning. No runs on a hit, 1 left on, through 1 in varsity baseball. On the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, the Alexandria Cardinals and the Sauk Rapids Rice Storm are scoreless.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
First Western, you can bank on us.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for people who have experience and are willing to work hard. For those that do, you can earn up to 6 figures working for my company. Give me a call and visit my website, because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
Second inning ahead here on our late media platforms. We appreciate you watching tonight on the Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel and listening to the call on KXRA on your AM dial at 1490, on your FM dial at 100.3 FM and 105.7 FM in West Central Minnesota. Steve D is our KXRA radio studio engineer. We've got Jay behind the camera tonight with the live videography work for our YouTube channel. And it's D-Mac and JP Boline bringing you the call. I am D-Mac Dave McClurg. JP Boline is a graduate from Alexandria Area High School, class of 2018, now part of the Layton Media team. Evan Zabel, the pitcher for the Cardinals, will face hitters 5, 6, and 7 in the Sauk Rapids Rice order, as Owen Gales will be the leadoff hitter. And he swings and he hits one out to center field. The wind is going to knock it down. Landon Guest-Norling is only about 3 strides behind the infield dirt to make that shallow fly ball catch.
Boy,
1 away.
Sorry about that. Very calm demeanor there from Guest-Norling. I mean, a good fielder he is, but he had an eye on that, and he was just calmly getting up to it. And that one did break down a little bit there, and it's not easy. Luckily, it's a little cloudy out too, so you don't have to worry about the sun.
Second baseman Gavin Peterson now takes a strike from Evan Zabel, and the count is 0-1. Peterson bats 6th in the Sauk Rapids Rice order. Zabel with a windup here. The 0-1 pitch on the way is swung on and missed. And Sam Wiseman, the Alexandria catcher, kind of gave the right arm out with his glove, or actually, left arm with the glove, basically saying that's the spot where we wanted it. So 0-2 to Gavin Peterson. Next pitch is bounced, and this will go foul up the third base line. Still 2 strikes to Gavin Peterson.
Yeah, and Alexandria is just going to want another quick inning here, and Zabel did a good job there in the first. He walked the first batter, but then it's something that he does so good is he doesn't get in a stretch where walking batters back to back to back. He seems to have a good steady mind.
Next pitch, a fastball too far in, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. So far, no strikeouts for senior right-hander Evan Zabel. He has faced 5 batters. He has retired 4 of them. We're in the second inning with no score. Next pitch is swung on, lined out into right center field, and that's going to be in for a base hit. Connor Anderson's going to send it back to the infield, and Sauk Rapids Rice has a 1-out base runner here in the second inning.
And just a breaking ball that got a lot of the zones, so a good swing on it there from Peterson, from Peterson. So Sauk Rapids gets 1 on here with 1 out.
And the batter now will be the third baseman, Connor Goulette. He bats right, as do many of his teammates. Brody Saban, the only left-handed bat in the lineup so far. Here's a pitch that's going to go off the glove of Sam Wiseman, and that will be back to the backstop, and that will allow Gavin Peterson to advance to second base.
Yeah, I don't know if it was, mixed signals there, but it just kind of crossed him up a little bit.
We will put that at least on my sheet as a pass ball there. Although the pitch was a little bit outside, it did tick off the glove of Wiseman. So 1-0 the count to Goulet. Next pitch smothered at the dish by Wiseman. 2 balls, no strikes. This is the only meeting of the year between Alexandria and Sauk Rapids Rice. And this game closes the Cardinals' conference schedule. Alexandria will play a couple of Metro teams and then face the Moorhead Spuds in the regular season finale 1 week from today. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and that's going to be in for a strike. 2-1 now to the Storm third baseman Connor Goulet. Alexandria 6-3 in the CLC. Sauk Rapids Rice 5-5. 2-1 with a base runner at second. Evan Zabel deals to Goulet. Another pitch in the strike zone, and Zabel's battling back after falling behind in the count at 2-0. Now he's got it even at 2-2.
Yeah, it almost seems like once he gets, if he gets behind in a at bat, it almost seems like he gets that first strike and then he starts to feel it. Oh yeah, I can do that, and then he just really locks in.
Let's see if he can get a strikeout here. We're going to have to wait for the pitch delivery because he bluffed a throw back to second just to keep the base runner Gavin Peterson close. No score. We play the second inning in Alexandria. Here's a half swing, and I believe the pitch is going to be a strike. Meanwhile, the ball was knocked down at the plate by Wiseman. Heads up base running there by Gavin Peterson. He's going to take off to third. Did they? Oh,
I don't think he called a strike there.
No, they ruled that a ball. So not a swing there. So it's a full count at 3-2.
Yeah, and I mean, he didn't really have time to ask to check over to first either with the runner going.
So now the Cardinals are going to bring the infield in with 1 out. Now Zabel would love to get a strikeout pitch. The payoff to Goulet is swung on and missed. There's a strikeout on the full count.
Yeah, and that one was a hard pitch, and that was up and high, up and in too. So really hard one to hit, and it sure looked good for him. So a great strikeout.
So now it'll be up to Peyton Reamer to try to come through with a 2-out safety for Sauk Rapids Rice. And this has been one of the situations similar to Alexandria. The Storm in need of some timely hitting, and here is an opportunity. Kind of a defensive swing there, and Reamer committed. It's 0-1.
Yeah, that one tricked him up bad there, and that was a great pitch by Zabel.
So no balls, 1 strike. Alexandria sends the infield defense back to normal depths now that we have 2 out in the inning. No score. Here's the next pitch. It's off the glove of Wiseman, and I believe that's ruled strike 2. So a little bit of change of pace there by Evan Zabel, and the count advantage is to him now at 2 strikes. Again, a strikeout would be good, but any out of any kind would be good here without having that base runner move up from third, Gavin Peterson. Peyton Reamer would like to come through with a 2-out base hit to get his team on the board. The 0-2 pitch, foul tip into the glove of Wiseman. That's strike 3, and that will end the Sauk Rapids Rice threat in the second. For the second straight inning, the Storm strand a base runner at third. No runs, 1 hit, no Alexandria errors, and 1 left on board. Through an inning and a half in varsity baseball on Youth Night 2026. Your numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. It's Alexandria nothing, Sauk Rapids Rice nothing.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
For over 30 years, Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings. Quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Northland Building. Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram, Jeep. Make it Juettner Motors your best price dealer. Make it Juettner Motors your best price dealer.
As the seasons change, so do the needs of your car. That's when Alexandria drivers turn to Mike and Josh at Precision Auto. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust a pro. Precision Auto on 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria.
We welcome you back to Arnie Backus, Glenwood State Bank Field at Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. JP Boline, Dave McClurg with the call of high school baseball. Alexandria and Sauk Rapids Rice scoreless in the bottom of the second. The leadoff hitter is the first baseman, Griffin Wimmer. Here's a lefty-lefty matchup as Kason Schinkel is the hurler for Sauk Rapids Rice.
Each team has left a runner in scoring position in each inning so far, so hopefully Alexandria can get one on and then get them in.
Yep, Wimmer will be followed by Evan Zabel and Nolan Fettig. It's hitters 5, 6, and 7 in the Cardinals order. Big cut by Wimmer, and the count is now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Schinkel's next pitch is in the dirt, and it is now a count of 2-2. Cardinals have had 1 base runner. Sauk Rapids Rice has had 2. Here's a swing and a miss. And Wimmer's down on strikes. There's 1 away here in the second inning.
And kind of a sword swing there. Tricked him up high. So lefty on lefty, it's hard to read where the pitch is going. But good opportunity here for Zabel.
Yep, Evan Zabel batting for himself as he is the starting pitcher for the Cardinals tonight. He takes an off-speed delivery in for a strike, and it's 0-1. I tell you, Kason Schinkel not messing around. He gets the ball back from his catcher, and he's ready to deal. Here's a liner out into left center field. That's going to be a base hit. And Evan Zabel is on with a 1-out single. Second Alexandria hit of the night.
You know, I would love to see, stats would be hard to find, but Zabel's stats when he's pitching and then his hitting stats as well. It seems, you know, last game he pitched, he hit really well, and now he's up 1 for 1.
Yep, and he'll head back to the dugout as Brody Brandt is in as a courtesy runner for Alexandria, and Nolan Fettig will be the batter. First offering is swung on, and that's hit to the left side foul. And it is 1 strike.
Another thing here for Alexandria, you got to be careful on the base pass. You got a lefty up who, you know, lefties are usually very good at disguising the pickoff. So just got to be careful on the base pass and not, you know, ruin any opportunities.
1 strike to Fettig. Next pitch is a little bit inside, and that evens the count out at 1-1. Nolan Fettig, the second baseman for the Alexandria Cardinal baseball team. He awaits a 1-1 offering from Schinkel. Here it is with the runner going. Pitches inside. Throw down to second. Too late. And it'll be a stolen base for Brody Brandt. And he now moves into scoring position. The pitch was a ball to Nolan Fettig, so it's now 2 balls and 1 strike.
Really great jump there from Brandt, and I think, you know, he's kind of got something figured out here with the pitcher Schinkel, so he can let his teammates know.
Now we got a pitch that's going to be fouled out of play. 2-2 now the count to Nolan Fettig. We are in the last of the second inning in varsity baseball during Youth Night 2026 at Canute Nelson Ballpark in Alexandria. The Cardinals and Sauk Rapids Rice are presently scoreless. Runner at second with 1 gone. Next pitch is line foul over toward the Storm dugout, so it's still 2-2 to Nolan Fettig.
Yeah, again, second inning in a row, Alexandria makes Schinkel work here in the second, or the couple at bats. So Alexandria doing a nice job here early.
Okay, I'm going to throw a stat out here, maybe implying a D-Mac jinx is on the way. The Cardinals are 0 for 2 with runners in scoring position to this point. And now a pitch a little bit off the plate to Fettig. He was spectator there, and it turned out to be good for him. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, if anything, I mean, it's 3-2 here. You got to protect the plate, go something, hit something to the right to advance the runner, or take a walk.
Yep, Nolan Fettig able to get on with a base on balls, and we've seen that in the games that we've had to cover. Fettig on with a 1-out walk. That's going to put runners at first and second for Easton Klemick. The lean right-handed hitting third baseman for Alexandria.
And we talk a lot about Ty Miller coming into big spots, and Easton's another one.
Here's a ground ball right side. It'll be knocked down by Gavin Peterson. He only has 1 play, that's to first, and Klemick will be retired. The base runners are going to move up. So Brody Brandt goes to third, and now Nolan Fettig is in scoring position at second. And the batter for the Cardinals will be Sam Wiseman.
Yeah, and that's as good as a sacrifice. It'll go down as 0 for 1, but you move the base runners up, you hit it to the perfect spot to the right field. It was a hard play for the second baseman, and easy way to advance the runners.
Sam Wiseman takes the strike here from Schinkel, and it snowballs 1 strike. A base hit here to the outfield could plate 2, but of course there are 2 out in the inning, so key spot here to try to get some early runs. Next pitch sails above the strike zone, and it's 1-1 to Wiseman. He's behind the dish tonight for the Alexandria Cardinals. He rounds out Alexandria's batting order against Kaysen Schinkel. Next pitch is going to be fouled back out of play. So the count advantage to the lefty for Sauk Rapids Rice. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brody Brandt, the courtesy runner for Evan Zabel, is over at third. Nolan Fettig is in scoring position at second. A 1-2 offering is on the way from Schinkel to Wiseman, and it's swung on and again popped out of play. And it's still 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Into the trees behind us. Yeah, I think the wind really caught that one once it got up high, but way to stay alive there for Wiseman.
Yeah. Earlier in the inning, Nolan Fettig was able to foul off a 2-strike pitch before eventually coaxing a walk. Wiseman has now fouled off a 2-strike pitch. Next delivery, and that's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Sam Wiseman. Deuces are wild here. 2 on, 2 out. Inning number 2. The only thing that is not deuces wild is in the run column because we're scoreless there. Here's the 2-2 pitch, upstairs, and it's 3-2. Honestly, JP, if you're Kaysen Schinkel here, you don't want to mess around. You'd like to get Wiseman out. First base is open, but he now has a full count offering.
Yeah, and then you go back up to the top of the order, too, so you just want to get this out.
And here's a pitch that's going to be popped up behind second base, and the catch is going to be made as I believe the right fielder's hat comes off. It's the second baseman, Gavin Peterson, that will put it away. Threat is by the boards for Alexandria. No runs, 1 hit, no Sauk Rapids Rice errors, 1 walk and 2 left on board. Through 2 in varsity baseball on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, Alexandria and Sauk Rapids Rice remain scoreless.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
For over 30 years, Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings. Quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Northland Building. Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram, Jeep. Make it Juettner Motors your best price dealer. Make it Juettner Motors your best price dealer.
As the seasons change, so do the needs of your car. That's when Alexandria drivers turn to Mike and Josh at Precision Auto. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust a pro. Precision Auto on 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria.
Through 2 full innings of varsity baseball, the Alexandria Cardinals have no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 3 runners left on base. Sauk Rapids Rice has no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and the Storm has stranded 2 base runners. All of the base runners, the 5 that have been left on in tonight's game, have been left on in scoring position. So we're still scoreless. Evan Zabel, the senior right-hander for the Alexandria Cardinals, will face Reed Krogstad, Nolan Black, and Griffin Rothstein here in inning number 3.
And it's 2 things that we heard both the head coaches talk about before the game was that's their biggest, struggle. When they're losing games, they're not getting key hits. And it's been the case for both of the teams here tonight so far. It's early, but a lot of runners in scoring position and 1 in each inning for each team.
First pitch bounces toward the plate off of the toss from Evan Zabel, so it's 1-0 to Reed Krogstad. Wind up by the right-hander. Next offering is low and away, and it's 2 balls, no strikes.
Zabel's done a real nice job early in this game when he's had a base runner on, just zeroing in on the batter, and he's gotten some big outs.
2-0 pitch is bounced foul at the plate. Count now 2-1. Thanks to all of the boosters of our Alexandria Cardinal sports coverage, helping to bring you the play-by-play tonight on our platforms, including the Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel where you can watch the live coverage, and KXRA Radio where you get the audio call. Here's a fastball just a little bit upstairs from Zabel. 3-1 now, the count to Reed Krogstad leading off the 3rd. Sauk Rapids Rice and Alexandria are scoreless. Here's the next pitch. Bounce to the left side. Room service hop for Easton Klimek, the 3rd baseman. Throw to Griffin Wimmer is good for the out. 1 away on the 3rd to 1st. Ground ball put out. And back we go to the top of the order for the designated hitter, Nolan Black.
Yeah, and we talk about, not hitting with runners in scoring position so far tonight, but the other thing in this game is it's been, knock on wood, but it's been really good, clean fielding in the field for both teams, too. I mean, you look back to the last inning, that was a difficult play, the pop-up there, and, there's a lot of big ground balls that have been, corralled and gotten big outs, so that's another thing to look forward to.
First pitch to Black is a ball. Black has coaxed the only walk out of Evan Zabel so far tonight. Through 2 1/3 innings, Zabel has struck out 2 batters. The 1 hit allowed was a single to Gavin Peterson in the 2nd. So the Storm has had 2 base runners, stranding both. Alexandria has had 3 base runners, stranding all 3. Next pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. That will even the count out at 1-1. 35 pitches now thrown by Evan Zabel. So if he were to work the maximum, he's about a 3rd of the way through his journey tonight. Here's a pitch fouled back to the screen by Nolan Black, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, and Black did get to 3rd base. He advanced on a fielder's, choice. They were able to get to 2nd base on a ground ball, but then also got to 3rd and was unable to get home.
Here's the next pitch. It's going to be bounced in the hole and fielded by Brody Adelman. Long throw across the diamond. Close play, but not in time. It's going to be an infield hit for Nolan Black.
And that was a heck of an effort there at short, just all the way back in the edges of the brown, of the dirt, or here in the infield, and makes a decent throw there. I don't know if it would have been in time if it was caught, but it would have been close.
Honestly, I thought when the ball was fielded in the hole like that, I thought this is going to be an infield single. Brody Adelman made a strong throw to make it a very close play. I did not give him enough credit on making that close play, but now we're going to have a pitch that got away from first baseman Griffin Wimmer, but I think the batter, Black, slid back into the first base bag and didn't have an opportunity to move up. So a runner at first, 1 gone. Now Griffin Rothstein will be the batter. Rothstein bounced out 3rd to 1st in the opening inning. Zabel back to the stretch with the base runner on. First pitch is out of the strike zone. 1-0 the count.
Yeah, and with 1 out here, you wonder if they're could be some movement here, but I wouldn't imagine that they would.
Yeah, it is easier to, if you are going to try to steal, although Evan Zabel does have a good move over to first base for a right-hander. Now the pitch beaten foul by Rostein, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Nolan Black has been on base twice tonight, drawing a walk and getting an infield single. The hit column is now even at 2-2. The run column is even, with neither team getting a run across so far. Scoreless in inning number 3. Griffin Rostein awaits the 1 ball, 1 strike pitch from Evan Zabel. Zabel with the look over to first base to keep the runner close, and a throw goes over there, right to the bag here, but Black in safely. Zabel last started on the hill down in Sartell on Thursday. Pitched into the middle innings, ended up taking the loss in what turned out to be a 4-0 Sartell win. Here's a ball hit to third, fielded by Easton Klimek. Throw over to first is good for the out. That likely was the only play for Klimek. It was kind of a slow bouncer, but again on the turf, it makes for kind of a routine hop, but Klimek makes the play cleanly, and there are 2 gone now with the runner at second.
Very similar to how Black advanced in the first inning. Weak ground ball to third, almost like a bunt, a swinging bunt. And yeah, the turf might have helped that one to make it an easier play, but a good play regardless there at third.
So now Brody Sabin will be the batter. He takes a pitch a little too far inside. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Sabin 0 for 1 in this game. He bounced out short to first in the first inning. Evan Zabel would not mind seeing another ground out here to retire the side. Zabel with a look back to second. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that's in for a strike, evening the count out at 1-1. So far, Evan Zabel has gotten 4 ground ball outs, actually 5 ground ball outs, 2 this inning. He has struck out 2 batters, and he's gotten 1 to be retired on a fly ball. He would like to strand a runner at second. We have 2 out here in the third inning. Next pitch, swing and a miss. That one tailing into the left-handed batting Brody Sabin. So the count is now 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, and again, I mean, this is now the third inning in a row where a team has a runner in scoring position, and Zabel's got a great chance to get a strikeout, a key strikeout.
He did record a couple of strikeouts to end the second inning. Ahead in the count here at 1-2. Here's the pitch, and it's beaten foul to the left side. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes to catcher Brody Sabin for Sauk Rapids Rice.
Hit hard down the third base line, foul. Thankfully, there's a fence there to protect a couple of spectators.
Alexandria nothing, Sauk Rapids Rice nothing. We are in the top of the third inning. 1-2 again from Evan Zabel to the storm batter Brody Sabin. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be beaten foul up the first base line. So Sabin's trying to turn this into a quality at bat. He has now fouled off a couple of 2-strike pitches to keep this plate appearance going. So for Evan Zabel, it's going to require a minimum of 6 pitches to settle the matters at the plate with Brody Sabin. Sabin wants to deliver a 2-out hit to the outfield. Preferably find a gap somewhere. Cardinals would just like to get an out of any kind. Zabel out of the stretch with the base runner on. Another 1-2 pitch is going to be upstairs. Sam Wiseman was coming out of the catcher's crouch, getting ready to fire down to Easton Klimek at third, but the problem is that was ball 2.
Yeah, and that's not a bad pitch by any means. I mean, he's looking for a swing and miss there, that an undangerous throw too. I mean, if he gets contact with it, he probably will get under it, so a good pitch there, a good 1-2 pitch.
So now it's even at 2-2 with a runner at second and 2 gone. Zabel kicks and deals. Swing and a miss on a ball that got knocked down at the plate. Wiseman will have to throw to first to complete the strikeout. He does. And Sauk Rapids Rice strands another base runner in scoring position. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on board through 2.5 innings of varsity baseball on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. The Cardinals and the Sauk Rapids Storm remain scoreless.
The Tradesman Construction has built a rich history as being the premier, most referred, full-service general contractor in the area. They are a proud supporter of all Alexandria Cardinal teams. Find them online at tradesmanconstruction.com.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, RX Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
Welcome back to Youth Night 2026 at Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. JP and yours truly, D-Mac, with high school baseball. Alexandria and Sauk Rapids Rice are scoreless. Top of the order in the bottom of the third for Alexandria as Connor Anderson will lead things off. So far, Kason Schinkel, the left-hander for Sauk Rapids Rice, part of the class of 2027. He has given up a couple of hits, but he's stranded 3 base runners. And here's a ball that got smacked off the foot of Connor Anderson before rolling down the third base line. It's a foul, and the count is 1 strike.
Had a lot of spin on it, went right off the toe and then went right down the third base line, but seems to be all right, a little stinger.
0-1 the count. Anderson bounced out short to first in the opening inning. Wind up by Schinkel. Next pitch is going to be beaten foul. This one will go down the third base line as well. Just want to remind you that you're watching tonight's game on the Voice of Alexandria streaming channel on YouTube. You're also listening to the game on People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM, audio as well through the Voice of Alexandria app. 0-2 to Connor Anderson. Next pitch is a little bit high and away, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
And I didn't miss by much, but a good eye there from Alexandria.
So 1-2 now to the Cardinals leadoff batter in the third, and then the next pitch is too far inside, evening the count out at 2-2. Ty Miller is on deck for the Cardinals, and then Brody Adelman will hit third. Kason Schinkel, the left-hander, winds up. Next pitch is swung on, a hit in the air to left center field, and that's going to be in for a base hit. Coming over to retrieve it is the center fielder for the Storm, Carter Riedemann, and Connor Anderson's on with a leadoff single in the bottom of the third inning.
Yeah, and this is a great opportunity again for Alexandria. That's the first time they've had a leadoff base runner here, so we'll see if there's any movement, maybe a bunt here from Miller, but he put a good swing into it in his first at-bat for a base hit.
Yeah, Ty Miller 1 for 1 here. This might be a sacrificing situation. He chokes up as if to bunt, but he takes the pitch for a strike. 0-1 the count.
Again, you got to be careful here with your lead off with the left-handed pitcher up there. Just don't want to get off too much and get tricked up.
Yeah, Connor Anderson does have some good speed over at first. He's being held on there by Owen Gales, and now a bunt. It's fielded by the pitcher Schinkel. Throw to first is good for the out. So that will go 1-3 on the sacrifice bunt. Ty Miller does his job. Runner up to second, now 1 away for Brody Adelman.
Yeah, real good bunt there from Miller. No chance there at second, and right in front of him, right to the pitcher. So good job here for Alexandria. Just working small ball here, trying to get got another runner in scoring position. That's now every single inning a team has had one.
Let's see if Brody Adelman can try to bring home Connor Anderson from second. First offering is upstairs, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. Adelman was retired on a fly ball out to right fielder Reed Krogstad in the first inning. Here he'd like to get a line drive to the outfield if possible. Next pitch on the way, swung on, hit down the left field line, but this will go foul. Just pulled it a little too much there, but Brody Adelman with a good swing, but he'll come back to the plate with the count now 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, got out in front of it. It was kind of an off-speed pitch there and nearly hit that line, but that would have potentially most likely scored the run.
Runner at second with 1 gone. Next pitch is swung on, a hit in the air to right field again toward Krogstad. Now he comes running in and he cannot handle the ball. It's going to be in play and Adelman's going to make it all the way to second. The lead base runner, Connor Anderson, had to wait to make sure the ball wasn't caught. And so you'll have 2 runners on in scoring position with 1 away. I believe that they're going to rule that a sinking liner for a base hit. That'll be a hustle double there for Brody Adelman.
Yeah, that, I suppose, yeah, just with the wind, put that into effect. But it's hard to see, with the sun here, if it went off his glove. I think it did because the ball came, I think it bounced off his glove and, rolled towards the infield, which made it easier for Adelman to get to second. But regardless, Alexandria has a huge opportunity here to get the first lead.
And Sauk Rapids Rice is going to bring the infield in for the designated hitter, Nolan Johnson. And again, when you bring the infield in, this means advantage to the hitter. Johnson 0 for 1. He swings and he hits one up the middle into center field, base hit. This is going to break the scoreless tie. Now the ball got fumbled by Riedemann, but Adelman got the green light to come around from second, so it's going to be a 2-run single for Nolan Johnson, and the Cardinals get on top here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Put a great swing into it, didn't wait at all, and he, crushed a 2-run single there to give Alexandria a 2-0 lead.
So both Connor Anderson and Brody Adelman come in to score on the play, and now the Storm are going to have a conference.
And that's that key hitting right there. And Alexandria played a little small ball there. Ty Miller able to lay down a perfect bunt, and that's an underrated, strength and underrated talent for baseball players. Just being able to come up with those bunts when they're called for, and able to get Anderson out to second, and then a base hit there in the field. A first kind of blunder in the field between both teams. It wasn't ruled an error, but obviously difficult to see if it just dropped in front of the right fielder there. But Alexandria coming up with some big time hitting.
Yeah, Nolan Johnson with the 2-run single, so the Cardinals now 2 for 6 with runners in scoring position tonight. Griffin Wimmer will be the batter, and he'll bounce one up the first baseline foul, and it is 1 strike.
Yeah, he wanted that one. He got out a little under or over it, but he wants that one back.
0-1 to Wimmer. Batting with teammate Nolan Johnson on board at first. We have 1 out here in the 3rd inning, and the Cardinals have gone out on top 2-0. Schenkel's next pitch fouled back, and it's a count of 0-2. Wimmer struck out swinging against Schenkel in the 2nd inning. That's the only strikeout for the Storm junior left-hander tonight.
And what we saw in Bemidji, Alexandria just was, I think they got 1 inning where they got 2 runs, but they weren't able to, put together a big lopsided inning, regardless of playing a really good complete game, 2 of them actually. But, Alexandria has a chance here to really put a lopsided number up.
And it helped that for the first time in this game, the Cardinals got their leadoff batter on, that being Connor Anderson. And now he has come around to score. Here's a pitch a little bit off the plate. It's 1-2 now to Griffin Wimmer. Want to remind you that once this half inning wraps up, we'll have our mid-game report brought to you by Eldon's Fresh Foods in Alexandria. We do that after the completion of the 3rd inning of each high school baseball and fast-pitch softball game. Here's one that goes off the turf and to the backstop. And that's going to be a wild pitch, allowing Nolan Johnson to advance to second.
Another opportunity here for Alexandria with a runner in scoring position. So Wimmer, base hit here, could score another run.
Yeah, right now the Storm left-hander Schinkel going through the middle of the Alexandria order. Here's a pitch that sails just above the strike zone. So from 0-2, it is now 3-2 to Griffin Wimmer. Evan Zabel awaits his turn on deck for Alexandria. The Cardinals have scored twice here in the bottom of the third to break the scoreless tie. Here's the payoff pitch, and that one swung on into right field, base hit. Rounding third is Nolan Johnson. He's going to try to score, and he will get in safely. And Alexandria takes a 3-0 lead.
Another great swing there, and another great at-bat for Alexandria. I think that's been one of their best things here this evening, is just the way that they're able to work the count. I mean, down 0-2 to work it to 3-2 and then come up with a big 3-2 hit. Another great at-bat there for the Cardinals here in the third.
So now 3 straight hits with runners in scoring position for the Cardinals, including Griffin Wimmer's RBI single, and it's 3-0 Alexandria. Evan Zabel with the chance to help himself out, and he swings, and he'll hit one out to left field, but this is going to hang up, and the catch will be made by Peyton Reamer. So Zabel is the second out of the third inning.
Yeah, that shows the power that Zabel obviously is soon to become a Division I football player, but the power that he has, because that was kind of a half swing, and that got out to mid to deep left field.
So 2 gone with a base runner at first for the second baseman, Nolan Fettig. Nolan in the game drew a walk in the second inning. He takes a pitch, and it bounces away from the catcher, and that's going to be a second wild pitch this inning for Kaysen Schinkel. So now Alexandria with another runner in scoring position. The Cardinals have delivered 3 hits with base runners in scoring position in this half inning. A prime reason why the Cardinals have a 3-run lead. Here's the next offering to Nolan Fettig, and that is in for a strike. The count now 1 ball, 1 strike. Nolan Fettig, one of the baseball players that's part of the class of 2026. He takes a pitch a little bit away. 2-1 the count. Nolan, a multi-sport athlete, baseball in the spring, and then a standout wrestler during the winter time. Gets into the record books in many ways for the Alexandria Cardinal wrestling program. He strokes one foul left side, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. He would like to join the hit parade here. Griffin Wimmer stationed at second base with 2 gone. The Cardinals up by a trio of runs. Here's a bouncer left side, fielded by the third baseman. Throw to first is not going to be in time. Interesting there, Griffin Wimmer decided to hold up at second base. 2 outs normally you'd be running on contact, but he held, and that forced the third baseman to make the throw over to first, and Nolan Fettig was able to leg it out for an infield single.
Yeah, that's just that speed right there, and he had to look over to third because I'm sure he was expecting him to run and try to get a tag out there, but great base running, great running.
And now Easton Klimek is going to line one into center, and that's going to be a base hit. It's going to get past Carter Riedemann. It's going to score a run, and Easton Klimek's going to make it all the way to second. Fettig will go over to third on the play, and the Cardinals have a 4 spot here on the bottom of the third inning, now taking a 4-0 lead.
Yeah, D-Mac, when this team hits well, I mean, they can hit a lot, and they're showing that right now here this evening in this inning. They're finally putting up that lopsided inning. Got on the first, you get the leadoff base runner on, you advance them, play some small ball, then you get some key hitting too. It's just everything's gone right here for Alexandria in this inning.
Now on that hit for Klimek, in my book, it's going to go as a single and an RBI, and then Klimek advances to second. Nolan Fettig to third on an error charged to Carter Riedemann out in center field. So hit plus error, run batted in, and Alexandria now leads 4-0. Sam Wiseman with the plate appearance here. He takes a strike, then he swings and misses, and the count is 0-2. So Alexandria's really thrived with runners in scoring position here in this bottom of the third inning. 5 for 5 with base runners in scoring position, and 4 of the 5 hits have driven in runs. Now we've got a pitch a little bit up and into Wiseman, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
If you go 5 for 5 in the section tournament, you're going to have a hard time beating this team, and especially with the pitching that they've got. So, I mean, Alexandria heating up right now at the right time.
We've got a pitch a little bit upstairs, and that evens things at 2-2. Boy, I teased several minutes ago that we would have the Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report after the conclusion of this half inning, and I guess the Cardinals decided we would wait on that report for a while. Now we've got a pitch outside, and it's 3-2. If Wiseman reaches, we will turn the batting order back to the top, and that would mean a second plate appearance here in the third for Connor Anderson. Runners at second and third. The payoff pitch is going to be beaten foul off to the right side. So still a count of 3-2.
And another count where Alexandria worked an 0-2 to 3-2, and it's just been, Alexandria's just been making Schinkel work hard this game, and it's finally paying off for the Cardinals.
Runners at second and third and 2 down. Payoff pitch is going to be swung on, laced to the left side, and this will be foul. So Wiseman has fouled off a couple of 2-strike pitches here to keep his plate appearance going. And the one thing with batting 9 here in the third, Kason Schinkel's pitch count has really been driven up. I'm looking down on my score sheet. I don't have it tallied right now, but another payoff, and that's going to be too far up and in for ball 4. And so a base on balls means that Connor Anderson will get the chance to bat again here in the third inning. He actually started this uprising with an RBI single.
Yeah, and just another great at-bat from Alexandria, you know, knowing the strike zone and not chasing. They haven't really chased at anything here tonight, and they've made Schinkel work hard, and they've gotten key hitting, everything that they have been wanting to work on throughout the season in the games that they haven't won, they're doing tonight.
Now we've got a pitch, and this is going to be a hit to the shortstop. Throw over to first is good for the out, so on one pitch, Connor Anderson bounces out. Alexandria bats 10 to break the scoreless tie to move us into our mid-game report, brought to you by Eldon's Fresh Foods in Alexandria. Scoreless game evolving into a pitcher's duel early on between the left-handed junior Kason Schinkel of Sauk Rapids Rice and senior right-hander Evan Zabel. The two pitchers were throwing zeros at one another, and then Alexandria was able to get things going, batting 10 in the bottom of the third inning. Connor Anderson actually started it. He did not get an RBI single, as I misspoke a couple of moments ago, but he started the inning with the single and would later come in on an RBI base hit for Nolan Johnson, which also scored Brody Adelman. Then later on, Griffin Wimmer was able to keep the inning going with a base hit. Nolan Fettig was able to reach on an infield single. And then later, Easton Klimek was able to get a base hit. So Klimek, Griffin Wimmer, and Nolan Johnson each with ribby singles in the third inning for Alexandria. The Cardinals would bat 10 and score 4, and that's given Evan Zabel some offensive support. Fourth inning coming up, in Sauk Rapids Rice, which got blanked yesterday by Sartell, now has some work to do as Alexandria has established the lead at 4-0. That was your mid-game report presented to you by Eldon's Fresh Foods in Alexandria. We'll have the call of the top of the fourth inning next.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
Leading off the top of the fourth inning is center fielder Carter Riedemann for the Sauk Rapids Storm. He takes a pitch for ball 1. Riedemann 0 for 1 today, having been retired on a grounder to third baseman Easton Klimek. Owen Gales is the on-deck hitter, and then Gavin Peterson will follow. There's a pitch fouled off to the left, and it's a ball and a strike. Alexandria was able to score 4 runs despite leaving bases loaded in the last of the third inning. Cards are now out, hit the Storm 8-2. Sauk Rapids Rice has the only error in the game. 4-0 for Alexandria. Here's a pitch too far inside, and that's going to hit Carter Riedemann in the back. So he'll make the trip to first base.
And Sauk Rapids, they've had base runners in every single inning, and it's just a matter of, Zabel has been coming up clutch. The defense has been really good for Alexandria, and so it's just got to do it again.
Owen Gales will now step in. He's 0 for 1, having hit a fly ball out to shallow center field that Landon Guest-Norling caught in the second inning. Interesting, Zabel has not had a 3-up, 3-down inning in this game, but the Storm has not gotten more than one base runner on in any inning so far. Here is Zabel. He's going to make the tag out on the batter Gales as the base runner Riedemann was taking off from first, so it will be one unassisted on the ground ball put out, one away, and now a runner at second for Gavin Peterson.
Yeah, Zabel kind of directing traffic there, telling Wimmer to stay there at first base, and that was the right call as he was able to get the takeout with good athletic play there from Zabel.
So one down here for Gavin Peterson.
And again, Sauk Rapids has a runner in scoring position. I think that's been in every single inning for the Storm. They just have not been able to do anything after that.
First opportunity, bounces in front of the plate. Knocked down there by Sam Wiseman, almost playing the role of a hockey goalie there.
Yeah, it was a key stop there from Wiseman, not allowing Riedemann to advance to third.
Gavin Peterson awaits a 1-ball, no-strike pitch. Riedemann at second with one gone here in the top of the fourth. Alexandria up by 4. Right-hander bluffs the throw back to second base just to keep Carter Riedemann close. I don't know if Jeremy Christie, the head coach of the Storm, would necessarily have Riedemann being footloose on the base paths here, down by 4 runs. I know he likes to show off his speed, as Carter Riedemann, but you gotta be smart when you're being aggressive on the bases. And he is bluffing for third. Now a ground ball up the middle, fielded by Nolan Fettig, the second baseman. Throw to first, gets the batter. Riedemann will take off to third base, but JP, in my mind, these are not bad outs here. You might be trading bases for outs, but again, outs are more valuable to get once you get the lead.
Yeah, especially, a lopsided lead too with 4-0 here. Big inning, and yeah, that was a really, really good play there from Fettig. Not sure. Yeah, I saw something.
Yeah, he kind of came across his body as he almost backhanded that ball just off to the right of second base, and it almost seems like he's favoring his left side here.
Yeah, I mean, Alexandria has been hit hard with injuries. I think he's going to stay. I mean, Fettig is a really, really tough kid too. So obviously a wrestler, but also just a tough kid from Alexandria. So he's going to stay in.
Yeah, in spite of missing a portion of his senior year out of the wrestling lineup, he still ended up with close to 40 wins on the mat this year. State place appearance, I believe he finished 5th in his weight class at the State Class AA Wrestling Tournament, and now the all-time winningest wrestler in the history of the Alexandria Cardinals program. Connor Goulet is stepping in, and he takes a strike, gets 0-1. I almost get the feeling Evan Zabel, not necessarily saying it, but kind of showing it here. Okay, I'll let a base runner on, but I'm just going to work at getting the other batters out.
It seems like he just enjoys the pressure a little bit. Every inning he's allowed either the opening as a swing and miss there makes it a 1-1 count, or a 0-2 count, pardon me. But every inning he's allowed a base runner either with one out or the leadoff, and it just has not mattered to this point, and he's just focused on the batter. And when you do that, and when you can throw strikes like he can, it works.
An 0-2 pitch on the way, and that is in for strike 3 call. So Evan Zabel records his 4th strikeout, and it's 3 consecutive innings where the last out in the inning has been an Evan Zabel strikeout. For Sauk Rapids Rice in the top of the 4th, no runs, no hits, no Alexandria errors, 1 hit batsman. That base runner is stranded. The Storm is now stranded 4 in 4 innings of batting. Through 3.5 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in varsity baseball. It's the Alexandria Cardinals 4, Sauk Rapids Rice, no score.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
If you haven't experienced all new Woodies, you're missing out on the best clean in town.
We installed all new equipment and high suction vacuum service,
but kept our personalized touch with our pre-wash and hand drying service.
Get your shine on
at Woody's Car Wash in the heart of downtown Alexandria.
Juettner Motors, your best price dealer. Make it Juettner Motors, your best price dealer.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
Sauk Rapids Rice head coach Jeremy Christie is going to go to the bullpen. He'll bring in Gavin Weber, a senior right-hander who delivers sidearm, and the first pitch is lined to the left side. It's going to be a base hit for Ty Miller, leading off the bottom of the 4th inning. So Ty Miller is on for a second time here. He's now 2 for 2 with the sacrifice bunt, and Alexandria now has 9 hits tonight.
Yeah, not only is Ty Miller 2 for 2, but he also had the sacrifice bunt that eventually got home that first run. So Miller just continues to make an impact here on this baseball team. Oh.
And now we've got a ball hit out to center field, but this one's going to be in the park with the wind blowing in. Carter Reedemann's going to handle it, and Brody Adelman is retired on a fly ball. So,
gosh, I'm not going to lie. I thought that off the bat was going to be gone, and it might have been without that wind, but that wind is blowing right back into home plate.
Alexandria now 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors. Sauk Rapids Rice, no runs, 2 hits, 1 error. Designated hitter Nolan Johnson will step in now. He got the Cardinals on the board with a 2-run single in the 3rd inning to break the scoreless tie. He's going to take upstairs. Meanwhile, Miller takes off for second, and no throw is made by Brody Sabin.
Yeah, and that was a delayed steal, too. He didn't go till after the ball was almost thrown, and it worked out to perfection. Caught them off guard, and a great steal there. And Miller just having another impact game.
And now we've got a pitch that misses the strike zone, so it's 2 balls, no strikes. First 2 batters against Weber were very aggressive, but now the count worked out to 2-0, and now another pitch misses the plate, and it's 3 balls, no strikes to Nolan Johnson.
And a much different delivery, obviously a right-handed pitcher here for Sauk Rapids, but also a submarine. I mean, he throws almost underhand, it seems.
Yeah, kind of shades of a reliever that we knew of back in the days of yore, Dan Quisenberry.
Oh, yeah.
Was a very good pitcher for the Kansas City Royals back in the day. He threw sidearm as a right-hander. Another one for old-time baseball fans, Kent Tekulve of the Pittsburgh Pirates. He ended up winning a World Series ring along with teammate Bert Blyleven back in 1979. Here's a bouncing ball right side, tough play, throw to first is too late, and Nolan Johnson's on with an infield single. Ty Miller will advance to third base on the play.
Another just speed playing a factor there. It was a soft hit ground ball up the middle, and just a fast run to first, and you know, it almost acted like a sacrifice swinging bunt, but or a sacrifice ground out, but he beat it out.
And so now we've got runners at first and third for the batter Griffin Wimmer. So the Cardinals now in the game, I believe, are 6 for 11 with runners in scoring position. And here's a liner into left field, and that's going to be a base hit. Coming across is Ty Miller, and Alexandria increases the lead. Wimmer gets the RBI single, and it's now 5-0 Alexandria.
Yeah, Alexandria is now putting it on. I mean, getting key hits, getting, working the count, and they're getting at this new pitcher.
Yeah, so Gavin Weber has come in, and he's faced 4 batters, and 3 have reached. And Evan Zabel has the chance to help his own cause out here. First pitch is a strike, and it's 0-1. So Wimmer with a base hit. He now has 2 runs batted in tonight. And an RBI single in the 4-run third inning. Sidearm pitch, and this one's going to be swung on, hit down to shallow right field, and that's going to drop in for a hit. Another run's going to come in to score. Griffin Wimmer was on the move. He got into second and then got the green light from Coach Jake Munch to come on over to third. So Evan Zabel gets an RBI single, and it is now 6-0 Alexandria.
Yeah, and I mean, that one probably helped. The wind helped a lot there. It was just harder to get to, but that was also hitting the perfect spot. So, but a good location there for Zabel. And again, pitching and helping his own cause. Another one here for Zabel.
Yep, Evan Zabel now 2 for 3 at the plate. Nolan Fettig steps in and takes a strike, and the count is 0-1.
Got a pinch runner in for Alexandria as well.
Yeah, I believe that's Brody Brandt in as the courtesy runner.
He's got a stolen base tonight already.
Here's a ground ball, and oh my. Testing out the agility there of the head coach Jake Munch, who still has it after all these years.
The hot corner.
Yes. 0-2 to Fettig, who has been on base twice, infield single, and he drew a walk. And now he swings and he hits one out to the left side, and it's going to be playable for the shortstop, and the catch is going to be made there by Griffin Rothstein. So there's the second out of the inning. Again, that might have been a routine fly ball to left field with little wind, but with the wind coming in from the west-northwest, that kind of blew it back to the infield.
Yeah, a little bit there. Luckily for the storm, it kind of died down a little bit, but still, once you get up there, and no sun to battle with either.
2 gone now for Easton Klimek. First pitch is going to be fouled back, and the count is 1 strike. Runners are at first and third for Alexandria. The Cardinals have scored twice to increase the lead. It is now 6-0.
Klimek does have an RBI single, one of the many RBI singles back in the third.
And now he swings and he hits one out to right field, and the catch is going to be made. And that's going to be all for Alexandria in the bottom of the 4th inning. Reed Krogstad hauls in the fly ball off of Easton Klimek, and the Cardinals add to the advantage. 2 more runs score on a total of 4 hits in the inning. No Sauk Rapids Rice errors, and 2 runners were left on. Through 4 full in varsity baseball. On the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, Alexandria leads Sauk Rapids Rice 6-0.
Join life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. AGuard. We build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
At ALP Utilities, we're proud to be a community-owned public power and water utility. That means local decisions, reliable service, and reinvesting in Alexandria. From classrooms to sidelines, we're proud to be a part of the moments that bring our community together.
There is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
Welcome back to Youth Night 2026 at the ballpark. Specifically, we are Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. D-Mac and JP Boline helping to bring you the call. We've got Jay as our videographer tonight for the live coverage on our YouTube channel. And right now it's a 6-0 lead for Alexandria, with Peyton Reamer leading off the top of the 5th inning. Evan Zabel has gone all the way so far, and he delivers a pitch that one could consider high cheese, and it's cut on and missed. 1 strike.
Yeah, and he's done a great job regardless of, having a couple of, base runners throughout tonight. I don't think he's had more than There's a loose ball from the bullpen on the visitors. He hasn't had more than 2 base runners on at a time tonight, so he's done such a good job when he's had to be in the stretch, and he's had runners on second, on third for mostly every inning. So the pressure has not gotten to Zabel tonight, and he's done a great job.
And now we've got a pop-up left side into foul territory. Easton Klimek with some room, and then the wind kind of blew it back toward the infield, but Klimek will make the foul ball catch there.
Yeah, that was a tough one. I was trying to track it up there, and even from right here, you could see it just, move closer to the Alexandria dugout, which is down the third base line, and then it moved back a little more into fair ball, but a good job there by Klimek.
So Evan Zabel is now retired, the leadoff batter in 3 of the 5 innings of batting. Right fielder Reed Krogstad swings and fouls one off. It's 1 strike. Krogstad 0 for 1. He bounced out to Easton Klimek in the 3rd inning. Klimek has now had 4 assists in tonight's game and a catch on the pop-up. Now here's a pitch hit to right field. That'll be in for a base hit. Connor Anderson will relay it back in, and Sauk Rapids Rice continuing the situation of getting at least a base runner on in each inning, but so far for the Storm, no more than 1 base runner on in an inning.
Yeah, just their 3rd hit, too, and they've done a decent job at advancing the runner, but Zabel's done a great job of just focusing on the batter. I mean, he's getting these easy outs after they got a runner.
Now Nolan Black bats, and he takes a healthy cut, but no contact. 0-1 the count. Black has yet to be retired tonight. He walked to lead off the game, then was able to reach on an infield single in the 3rd inning. All 3 hits for the Storm have been singles tonight. Here's a pitch beaten up the first base line. This will stay fair. Evan Zabel's going to make the underhanded flip to first, and Black is retired for the first time tonight. And the base runner, Reed Krogstad, will advance to second.
And that's what I mean by, the easy outs, quote unquote, because obviously it's not easy, but, getting those soft grounders and then the big strikeouts with 2 outs, that's just what Zabel's done, exactly what you need to do as a pitcher. He's done an excellent job anytime Sauk Rapids threatens.
Now the batter will be shortstop Griffin Rostein. He's 0 for 2, having played Pepper with Easton Klimek over at 3rd. Now he's going to play Pepper with the pitcher Evan Zabel, who fields that sharp one. Hopper runs about halfway over to first base and makes the underhanded flip. So again, Evan Zabel able to strand a Storm base runner in scoring position. Sauk Rapids Rice tonight is now 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position. No runs on a hit, 1 left on board. Through 4.5 in varsity baseball, Glenwood State Bank scoreboard has Alexandria leading Sauk Rapids Rice 6-0.
Enjoy life.
Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
And I believe Sauk Rapids Rice is going to make another pitching change. Owen Gales is going to go to the hill in the 5th inning. And I believe that means a different first baseman for Sauk Rapids Rice, because Gales was the starting first baseman. We'll try to identify the new first baseman in just a moment here.
4-4.
Let's see, that would be Caleb Guzik now in at first base defensively for Sauk Rapids Rice.
And Alexandria's hit around a couple of pitchers now, and Sauk Rapids Rice is trying to get some momentum here, down 6-0.
Yep, and it'll be up to Gales to try to keep things quiet here. Gavin Weber ended up giving up 2 runs, 4 hits in his 1 inning of work. No walks, no strikeouts. Sam Wiseman will bat to lead off the 5th inning. First pitch is inside. It's ball 1.
Showing a slow breaking ball there, first pitch.
Wiseman in the game 0 for 1 with a base on balls. He takes out of the strike zone again. It's 2-0. Alexandria has not drawn a lot of walks. The starting pitcher, Schenkel, walked 2 batters. The Cardinals have done a nice job hitting the ball tonight. 12 hits total against a couple of different Sauk Rapids pitchers, and now you've got the third pitcher on the hill for the Storm, that being Owen Gales. 2 balls and 1 strike to Sam Wiseman after Wiseman fouls a pitch off. Next pitch is on the outside corner for a strike called, and it's 2-2.
Alexandria only has 1 strikeout here tonight.
Yep, that was back in inning number 2. 2-2 pitch, and this one swung on and lined out into left field, and that's going to be a base hit. So Sam Wiseman will collect Alexandria's 13th hit of the game. And that's completing the 3rd turn through the batting order for Alexandria. So basically somewhere around 25 official at-bats for the Cardinals and 13 hits.
Wow. Yeah, and there's been 0 1, 2, 3 innings here in tonight's game between both teams, but Alexandria, I mean, the last few innings they've been just seeing the ball really well, and a lot of them, I mean, a couple infield singles, but hard hit balls out to the outfield.
And now we've got a pitch that's going to be lined, and it's going to be caught by the second baseman, Gavin Peterson. He kept it off the turf, so it'll be a line out off the bat of Connor Anderson for the first out in the 5th inning.
Nice play there at second field, keeping runner at first base.
I believe Lucas Corman is now in as a courtesy runner at first for Alexandria, so his second opportunity to be a courtesy runner tonight for Wiseman. Ty Miller now the batter, and he swings and he hits one out to center field. Coming in a few steps is the outfielder for the Storm, Carter Riedemann, and he'll put it away. Ty Miller now 2 for 3 with the sacrifice bunt. Flies to center, and there are 2 gone with a runner at first.
Yeah, got a hold of that one pretty good. Got under it a little bit, though, and that wind just, again, causing trouble there in the outfield for Sauk Rapids, but he was able to track it down.
So now the batter will be the shortstop, Brody Adelman. 1 hit tonight, but it was part of that pivotal 4-run bottom of the 3rd inning when the Cardinals broke the scoreless tie. Here's the first pitch from Gales. It's going to be up and away for ball 1. Gales, the second reliever in the game for Sauk Rapids Rice. The starter, Kason Schenkel, went the first 3. Gavin Weber through the 4th inning, and now Gales on in the 5th. Now the runner is going, pitch is a strike, throw down to second, and the tag will be too late.
Well, that was a beautiful swim move there at first base. He avoided the tag because it was in there before him, but he just swam right over the tag, and I think him and the shortstop are actually having a good chuckle out of that. That was a heck of a move.
Yeah, so Lucas Corman able to get the steal of second for the Cardinals. And now a 1 ball, 1 strike count to Brody Adelman. Gales works out of the stretch. Next pitch is in the dirt and bounced off the batter, and by the time the catcher, Brody Saban, finds it, Corman advances to 3rd.
Yeah, I kept it in front of him, but it just couldn't find it right away, and McCormick, he went right away.
So it is now runner at 3rd and a count of 2 balls, 1 strike to Brody Adelman. Gales' next delivery on the way, and that's in the dirt. Now it gets away. Corman's going to try to score, and he'll slide in safely. Oh, a manufactured run there for Alexandria with Sam Wiseman getting on with a base hit. And then Corman steals a base and then advances to third on a wild pitch, scores on a wild pitch.
Yeah, and a couple of stolen bases tonight for Alexandria, courtesy runners, and they made impacts on the base pass. That's a good thing to have in your back pocket as a coach.
So now the bases are empty, and Brody Adelman swings and misses, and it's a count of 3-2. If Adelman gets on, Nolan Johnson would have the chance to bat here in the last of the fifth. Gale's next delivery on the way, and it's hit to the left side, and it will be fielded by the third baseman. Throw to first is going to be in time. Bang, bang, play at the bag, but Connor Gillette is going to get Brody Adelman out over at first. Alexandria tacks on with 1 run, 1 hit. No Sauk Rapids Rice errors and nobody left on board. To the 6th inning we go. New numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. It's Alexandria 7, Sauk Rapids Rice, no score.
Join life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. A-Guard. We build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
At ALP Utilities, we're proud to be a community-owned public power and water utility. That means local decisions, reliable service, and reinvesting in Alexandria. From classrooms to sidelines, we're proud to be a part of the moments that bring our community together.
There is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
Welcome back to Arnie Backus, Glenwood State Bank Field at Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. The Cardinal varsity baseball team leading Sauk Rapids Rice 7-0 as we move to the 6th inning. The leadoff batter for the Storm will be the catcher, Brody Sabin. Sabin, Carter Riedemann, and Owen Gales are scheduled to hit here in the 6th against Alexandria right-hander Evan Zabel, who has gone all the way so far. First pitch is fouled off, and it's 1 strike to Sabin. Brody tonight 0 for 2. He struck out swinging last time up. That was with a base runner at second. Then he bounced out to short in the 1st inning. Here's another foul ball, and the count is 0-2.
Yeah, and we haven't had a clean 1-2-3 inning between each team, but Zabel, I mean, it almost feels like once he gets that base runner on, then it's no big deal, and he gets the next few outs. So we'll see if he can get a clean inning here or continue the trend.
Here's a pitch, swing and a miss, and Brody Sabin's down on strikes. So Evan Zabel able to record his 5th K of the night. 1 gone here in the 6th inning. Interesting to note, following up on what JP remarked, the Storm have had 5 base runners tonight, 1 per inning through the first 5, and all 5 runners have been stranded in scoring position. Sauk Rapids Rice is 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position tonight. Here's a pitch too far inside to Carter Riedemann. Riedemann got hit by a Zabel pitch last time up, leading off the 4th inning. He eventually got as far as 3rd and was stranded there. Wind up by Zabel. Next pitch is bounced to the left side. Playable for Brody Adelman, the shortstop. Throw to first is in time. Close play at first base, but Carter Riedemann is out as he bounces out to Adelman at short. 2 away here in the top of the 6th inning.
And an underrated thing for Alexandria in this game is their defense. You know, they've been sharp, they've been good, they've adjusted the wins. They haven't, I mean, Zabel's done a great job in the field too. He's got a couple of plays, but he hasn't allowed a whole lot in the air.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of ground ball outs and some strikeouts as well. Evan Zabel fielding his position tonight. He does have putout, and he also has a couple of assists. He delivers ball one here to pitcher Owen Gales. Next offering on the way is too far inside, and it's 2-0. Now this is the first half inning where Evan Zabel has set down the first two batters that he has faced. He has not had a 1-2-3 inning yet. He's potentially just a few pitches from that reality as he delivers a strike here, and it's 2-1. Alexandria 7, Sauk Rapids Rice nothing as we play the top of the 6th inning at Knute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. D-Mac and JP Boline with the call. Here's a pitch too far inside, and it's 3-1 now to Owen Gales. If he's able to prolong the half inning, Gavin Peterson would bat for the Storm. Evan Zabel, the right-hander, winds up and deals a pitch that's in for a strike, and that will fill the count out at 3-2.
And there haven't been a whole lot of, deep counts for the Storm either. Zabel's done a pretty good job at pounding the strike zone.
He's got a payoff pitch forthcoming here, and it's going to be outside for ball 4. So still the 1-2-3 inning is elusive for Evan Zabel. That is the first base on ball, or second base on balls. He walked the leadoff batter in the game, Nolan Black. But two walks, 5 strikeouts for Evan Zabel. Right now he's right around 75 pitches thrown, and he's got 2 outs in the 6th inning with Alexandria in front by 7. Gavin Peterson now the batter for Sauk Rapids Rice. First pitch on the way is swung on and foul tipped, I believe, into the glove of Sam Wiseman, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, Zabel, just here, you're not holding the runner on. You're up 7-0. You really don't have to worry about that runner on first. Obviously, you want to be aware that he's there, but just focusing on this next out is what Zabel has done all game, but he's going to do it here again.
Here's the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Gavin Peterson has put the ball in play twice tonight. Grounded out to second last time up. Reached on a base hit in the second, so he's got one of the 3 Storm hits in the game. All 3 Sauk Rapids Rice hits have been singles. Here's the 2-strike offering, and it's a swing and a miss. And Evan Zabel records the second strikeout this inning, now up to 6 in the game. And he's got the shutout going through 6 innings of work. No runs, no hits, 1 runner left on. Sauk Rapids Rice is now stranded 6 in the game. And through 5.5 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, Alexandria leads Sauk Rapids Rice in varsity baseball 7-0.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted Best Real Estate Company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
Owen Gales out for Sauk Rapids Rice for his 2nd inning of relief work. He did yield 1 run, which scored on a wild pitch last inning. Alexandria has now scored in each inning since the bottom of the 3rd. 4 runs in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, and 1 in the 5th. And Alexandria has a 7-0 lead. The Cardinals have out-hit Sauk Rapids Rice tonight 13-3. The Storm have the only error in the field. Nolan Johnson has 2 of the 3 Alexandria hit, or 2 for 3 at the plate. 2 of the 13 Alexandria hits. And his base hit back in the 3rd inning broke the scoreless tie as 2 runs came in to score. Swings and misses at the first pitch from Gales. Next pitch is too far in, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, and Alexandria also has not been put down 1, 2, 3 in any inning here, and they've gotten base runners into scoring position. Struggled right away. This one's going to go a little bit of a wild pitch, and 2-1 the count. But they've been able to really regroup. They had a large inning, and then every inning since they've been able to get one on and get one in.
2-1 the count now to Nolan Johnson as Owen Gales delivers a pitch that's fouled off. That'll even things at 2-2. Griffin Wimmer, the on-deck hitter, he's got 2 hits and 3 at-bats tonight. And then later, Evan Zabel scheduled to bat. He's also 2 for 3. So that's hitters 4, 5, and 6 in the Cardinals' order. Next pitch is upstairs, and it's 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now, if Alexandria scores nothing or scores fewer than 3 runs, we would have a top of the 7th inning, but we're now at the point of the game where if Alexandria can crank the offense up a little bit more, they have the opportunity to end this game on the mercy rule. And Nolan Johnson has just led off with a base on balls. That is the 3rd free pass that the Cardinals have gotten tonight. First one issued by Owen Gales. And now Griffin Wimmer will step in. Wimmer 2 for 3 with base hits in the 4th and 5th innings, and both of those have driven in runs. Throw goes over to first base, but back in safely is Nolan Johnson. Alexandria up 7-0 as we play the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's a pitch to Wimmer in for a strike. It's 0-1.
Yeah, Alexandria has done a good job, working counts too. They only have 1 strikeout here this evening, and it's just been an impressive all-around game for the Cardinals so far.
Here's a pitch bounced to the right side off of Guzik's glove, and everybody's going to be safe. So that one bounced in front of the first baseman, Caleb Guzik, and it kind of caromed off to his right. No out recorded, and that's going to be an error charged to Guzik.
Yeah, that one got up on him there. He kept it in front, went off the chest, and just couldn't corral it after that. So Alexandria threatening here, up 7-0.
Error all the way, allowing Griffin Zimmer to reach, so Evan Zabel now steps in. First offering on the way is in for a strike. It's 0-1.
Yeah, Zabel's had a really, really good evening again, both on the mound and with the bat in his hand. It seems like whenever he's pitching, he loves to help his cause.
Yep, and he's done that tonight, getting two hits and 3 at-bats. Here's a pitch bounced to the left side, fielded by the shortstop, flipped to second, relay throw to first, and it will not be in time. Evan Zabel's going to beat it out, so it will be a force play. Griffin Wimmer forced out at second. Rothstein will get the assist there. So that's the only out that the Storm get. Let's see if Brody Brandt is going to come back in. He will as the courtesy runner. So you'll have base runners at first and third for Nolan Fettig.
Well, I think we have a pinch hitter here.
Yep, we do. So the Cardinals are going to go to the bench here, and we'll tell you about the pinch hitter. It is Cody Tordick stepping in. First pitch is going to be skied in the air out to shallow left field, and the catch is going to be made. And that will be the out recorded there. So Tordick, first pitch swinging, flies out. And now Easton Klimek will be the batter for the Alexandria Cardinals. Runners at the corners. Klimek tonight officially 1 for 3 with an RBI single. That was in the 4-run 3rd inning. And now he swings, lines one out into right field, and that is going to be in for a base hit. Nolan Johnson will score. The trailing runner, Brody Brandt, goes first to third on the play. So Klimek able to deliver his 2nd RBI single of the night, and the Cardinals have a snowman on the scoreboard. It's now Alexandria 8, Sauk Rapids Rice no score.
Another perfectly hit ball. I feel like that's 2 or 3 that have been hit in that shallow right field area, and Alexandria just continues to hit well with runners in scoring position.
So Easton Klimek with the RBI. Sam Wiseman will step in now for the Cardinals. He swings and misses, and it's 0-1. Wiseman has been on base a couple of times. He had a base hit last time up. Also drew a walk as part of the 4-run third inning. The potential game-ending run is now at first base for Alexandria, that being represented by Easton Klimek. 1 ball, 1 strike to Sam Wiseman. Sauk Rapids Rice would like to get an out here to have the opportunity to swing the bats in the 7th. Here's a liner, and it's going to be in for a base hit. And coming in to score is Brody Brandt to make it 9-0. Ball relayed back in, and it will mean runners at second and third for the Alexandria Cardinals.
Another good swing there. Again, just Alexandria seeing the ball well as we get a courtesy runner coming in here at second. Yep. But, just Alexandria doing a great job tonight and just continuing, not laying off the gas.
Yep, Lucas Corman in to run at second base here for the Alexandria Cardinals. And you'll have base runners at second and third. Easton Klimek now at third base. Conference going on at the pitcher's mound for Sauk Rapids Rice. That allows us to let you know that you are listening to People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM, audio through the Voice of Alexandria app. And we thank you for joining us if you're watching tonight's live broadcast coverage on the Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel. Steve D is our KXRA radio studio engineer. And along with our videographer on site, Jay, and my broadcast partner, JP, I am D-Mac, Dave McClurg, with the play-by-play. Connor Anderson's going to be intentionally walked here to put a bases-loaded situation with Ty Miller being the batter for Alexandria.
Yeah, Ty Miller coming up here again. He's got a couple of base hits, and he's had a sacrifice bunt here today as well.
So officially 2 for 3. And now he swings, he'll line one down the right side, and that one is going to be foul. Of course, a base hit here is going to end the game in the bottom of the 6th inning, as Alexandria has a 9-0 lead, and the Cardinals have bases loaded. Easton Klimek at third. He's about the only runner that matters now. Even if Ty Miller finds a gap, it would only be an RBI single. Owen Gales, the right-hander, kicks and deals. A pitch popped in the air. This should stay in play. It's going to drift into foul territory, and it's going to be the shortstop, Griffin Rothstein, who will make the foul ball catch. So Ty Miller gets retired, and this game will find its way to the 7th inning. 2 more runs score for Alexandria, and we'll go to the 7th. Updating the numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in varsity baseball, it's Alexandria 9, Sauk Rapids Rice 0.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for experienced, hardworking people to join my company. When you work for us, you'll be home every night, no overnight hotels. Give me a call and visit my website, because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
Hi, this is Bob with the North Side Collision Center. Having your vehicle's collision repair fixed can be a hassle and inconvenient. That's why people call us at North Side Collision Center. 763-3224. Northside Collision.
Welcome back to Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. Along with JP Boline, I am D-Mac Dave McClurg. Alexandria just 3 outs away from getting a third consecutive victory to raise the record to 11-7 on the year. The Cards are up 9-0, and Connor Goulette will lead off the 7th inning, facing Evan Zabel, who has gone all the way on the hill for Alexandria. First offering is swung on, and this is going to be hit to the right side, foul, and it's 1 strike. Zabel's pitch count is in very good shape right now. He's been averaging about 13 pitches per inning. The last one he delivered was his 78th on the night. He has gotten Connor Goulette a couple of times on strikes, but not here, as this one is going to be hit out to center field, and it's going to be caught by Landon Gass-Norling, and there's 1 away.
Yeah, that was a good play there from Gass-Norling, and a good way to get the first out here for Zabel. Back-to-back innings getting that first out.
Yep, and now we're going to have a different batter, as Isaac Miller is now going to hit for the Storm in Peyton Reamer's spot. There's a pitch upstairs, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. So a plate appearance here for Isaac Miller of Sauk Rapids Rice. Zabel delivers a strike here, and the count is now 1-1.
What better time for Zabel to get his first 1-2-3 inning to wrap up the complete game here, but he's pitched a great game, and he's hit well as well and fielded well.
Yep, it's in many ways been a very rounded, complete game performance for Alexandria. Lively bats, especially really all night long, because the Cardinals actually left some base runners on early without scoring, but the Cardinals have now put crooked numbers on the board in 3 of the last 4 innings of batting to build a comfortable lead. Here's a slow bouncer fielded by Evan Zabel. Throw over to first, retires Isaac Miller, and Evan Zabel is now 1 out away from wrapping up a shutout.
And speaking of his good fielding there, good quick recovery to that slow bouncer, and then a perfect strike to first base.
Don't forget, we've got the Juettner Motors postgame report straight ahead. We're going to recap how this game unfolded. Hopefully have the opportunity to visit with an Alexandria Cardinal baseball player, and much more straight ahead. Here's a pop-up, foul territory, and this one is going to be back out of play.
Don't worry, D-Mac, I would have had you if that was coming to us.
That's good, because when I see the ball going up that high and I'm looking into the lights, I'm not necessarily looking up anymore. So if it's going to hit me on the fly, it's going to come by surprise.
Yeah, that one, it's close as it's gotten yet to us tonight, but 0-1 the count.
Yeah, we are broadcasting above the press box along the first base line. Wonderful vantage point, especially with our live video coverage on the Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel. Here's a pitch a little bit out of the strike zone, and the count is 1-1. Reed Krogstad is 1 for 2. He had a base hit last time up. That was the last hit that Evan Zabel yielded in this game. He is spinning a 3-hit shutout. He delivers a pitch low and away, and it's now 2-1. Evan Zabel has allowed 6 base runners to reach, 1 in each of the first 6 innings. No more than 1 in any of the first 6 innings. Here's his 2-1. That's too far inside, and it's 3 balls, 1 strike. Well, Evan Zabel will try to battle back to see if he can get that first and only 1-2-3 half inning. He's behind in the count here at 3 balls and a strike. The windup by the senior, and the next pitch is fouled straight back. So that will fill the count out at 3-2. The Cardinals have out-hit the Storm 15-3 tonight. Sauk Rapids Rice with 2 errors. Alexandria's played errorless baseball. Payoff pitch will be forthcoming from Evan Zabel to Reed Krogstad. And here it is, and it's swung on and fouled back. We'll do it again at 3 balls, 2 strikes. I believe it's now 89 pitches thrown by Evan Zabel, so he's still in very good shape. Again, you can max out at a total of 105 pitches for a regular season game. Here's the payoff, and it's a swing and a miss. Sam Wiseman will have to throw the ball down to first, and that's the strikeout to complete the game. And a complete game shutout for the senior right-hander, Evan Zabel. And there's his first 1-2-3 inning of the night. Sauk Rapids Rice goes up and down in order. Evan Zabel gets his 7th strikeout of the game and a complete game performance as Alexandria is into the win column for the 3rd consecutive time. Tonight's final on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in varsity baseball reads Alexandria 9, Sauk Rapids Rice nothing. That will do it for our play-by-play. For our engineers on site and also back at KXRA Radio, combine the top 7th inning break with the break to follow. So that means we're about 3 minutes away from getting rolling with our post-game show presented to you by Juettner Motors in Alexandria. But right now on our platforms, including the Voice of Alexandria YouTube channel and KXRA Radio, we'll enjoy these words from our boosters of Cardinal sports coverage.
It's the right time for a getaway. La la, yeah. It's the right time for a getaway. Let's get away.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
From your first home to a growing family, life keeps moving. Hi, I'm Sarah Iverson with State Farm Insurance. Every change means something new to protect. Let's start a conversation today about your peace of mind, because like a good neighbor, Sarah Iverson will be there.
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
The Tradesman Construction has built a rich history as being the premier, most referred, full-service general contractor in the area. They are a proud supporter of all Alexandria Cardinal teams. Find them online at tradesmanconstruction.com.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for experienced, hardworking people to join my company. When you work for us, you'll be home every night, no overnight hotels. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
Hi, this is Bob with the North Side Collision Center. Having your vehicle's collision repair fixed can be a hassle and inconvenient. That's why people call us at North Side Collision Center.
763-3224.
Northside Collision.
A solid all-around performance for the Alexandria Cardinal baseball team tonight as Alexandria wins for the 3rd consecutive time. The Cardinals break a scoreless tie with a 4 spot in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and Alexandria did a nice job of tacking on runs after that. The Cardinals would go on to defeat Sauk Rapids Rice by a score of 9-0. Alexandria wraps up its Central Lakes Conference schedule at 7-3, and the Cardinals are guaranteed now a winning record in the 2026 regular season. Alexandria now stands at 11-7 with 3 regular season games to go. Welcome back to the ballpark, Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria, and our Juettner Motors post-game report. Along with JP Boline, I am D-Mac Dave McClurg. I believe we're going to have a couple of Alexandria Cardinal baseball players joining us upstairs here for our post-game conversation. As Alexandria again with a victory, the Cardinals out-hit Sauk Rapids Rice on the night 15-3. The Storm commit the only 2 errors. Alexandria plays errorless baseball, and the Cardinals now at 11-7 on the year, finishing the Central Lakes Conference portion of the schedule at 7-3. We'll go through the line totals, and we'll get some of JP's comments in just a couple of moments. But like I said, I believe we've got a couple of the Alexandria baseball players that will be venturing upstairs to join us on what has turned out to be a rather breezy evening. That was the case as much of the western part of the state was under a red flag warning throughout the course of the day. And but still, Alexandria able to gain the victory by a final score of 9-0. 4 runs in the 3rd inning for Alexandria, then 2 more in the 4th. Single run in the 5th inning, and then the Cardinals tack on 2 more to end the game. 9 runs, the Cardinals get the victory by a final score of 9-0. So we're just kind of tap dancing a little bit before we have the Cardinal baseball players that will be joining us upstairs here, as I believe we're going to get the battery in tonight's game, the starting catcher and the starting pitcher for the Alexandria Cardinals, joining us for our post-game interview. And our post-game interviews are brought to you by Quality Toyota of Fergus Falls. How far would you drive for a great deal from Quality Toyota? What's your number? You can check out their selection anytime at qualitytoyota.net, or the next time you're in the community of Fergus Falls, you can visit their showroom located on West Lincoln Avenue. Player number 1 that we're going to visit with first is Sam Wiseman, the starting catcher for the Alexandria baseball team tonight. He would contribute a couple of hits in the Alexandria victory. Sam, first of all, I am D-Mac. It's great to be visiting with you for a couple of moments. I'll ask you to bring the microphone up closer to your mouth, about a distance between your index finger and your pinky. So that should be good volume there. But Sam, for those that are listening on the radio and they're not watching the YouTube channel tonight, when you suit up on game night, what is your number?
Number 2.
Very good. And is there a certain allegiance that you would have for wearing jersey number 2?
Always growing up, I've liked Brian Dozier. He used to play for the Minnesota Twins, and he's been my favorite player forever. So.
Very good. That's a good person to emulate there. Brian Dozier, longtime infielder for the Twins baseball team. But Sam, congratulations. You were on the receiving end of Evan Zabel's shutout tonight. As the catcher, how would you assess what Evan was able to do to get this one in the win column?
Oh, he was great. He's been able to fill up the zone all year. Been pitching his ass off.
Yeah, and you know,
sorry about that.
That's okay. Adult language is okay in certain circumstances. Pitching his rear end off, we could say that as well. But Sam, this was a game where it seemed like both teams were trading opportunities to score, but not cashing in. What happened later on in the game where you were finally able to get to the Sauk Rapids Rice starter with the 4-run 3rd inning?
I think we were just able to start seeing him better, jumping on him early.
I know that Kaysen Schinkel, again, he did a good job through the first 2, keeping Alexandria off the board. But, you know, it seemed once, I think Nolan Johnson had the RBI single to put Alexandria on top. Are you able to describe, you know, the plate appearances that you and your teammates were able to have? Because, again, we had a situation, I think Alexandria had 8 or 9 hits with runners in scoring position in this game.
We just went up there with a lot of confidence, trying to swing on the fastball, jump on it early, and not try to get behind in counts.
We are getting together here with Sam Wiseman from the Alexandria Cardinal baseball team, one of our quality Toyota Cardinal athlete players for tonight's game. He was the catcher for Alexandria in this 9-0 victory, and he had a couple of the 15 Alexandria hits. I know you had the opportunity to face maybe 3 different pitchers for Sauk Rapids. I know at least 2, but how would you assess your plate appearances? Because I think you had the opportunity to get up to the plate 4 times here.
I've been struggling a lot at the plate at the beginning of the year, but this game I was trying to jump on the fastball early, and then if I got down in counts, try to battle, put something in play.
Do you feel any extra pressure, whether it be from within or, from other forces? You make an honest assessment here that you'd like to be doing better at the plate. Does having a night like this where you get a couple of hits, does that relieve any of the pressure at all, Sam?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I haven't had a lot of pressure. I know that my teammates will be able to pick me up in different situations. So,
I know our broadcasting crew was here on Friday for the doubleheader against Bemidji, and I will say this to your team's credit: there was a lot of chatter from the dugout that night.
Yep.
Some tonight, but not to the level like it was against your section rivals last week. But how fun is it to be in that dugout, Sam, with the teammates that you got this year?
Oh, it's the best team I've been able to play with. We've been together since first year travel ball, so we know each other really well.
I know that we still have 3 more regular season games to go, and then the sections will begin in a couple of weeks. Do you feel like this team is getting close to its peak here, Sam, or how would you assess what's still ahead for the Alexandria Cardinals?
No, not at all. I think we still have a lot left to show, and
I know that your postseason home is going to be a little bit different. You faced a lot of the teams in the section already. Moorhead's the one team in the section that you have not faced yet. They are the defending section champions, and they'll be coming down here next Tuesday night. But what do you think about Alexandria's playoff chances?
I think we have great chances this year. We battled really well against St. Michael and Monticello.
Very good. Sam, I'll ask you to turn the microphone over to your battery mate there, and we'll ask you to stay around. But Evan Zabel is also joining us here as our second player of the game, again, brought to you by Quality Toyota. And Evan, we've had the pleasure of watching you twice on the hill this spring. Give us your honest assessment as to, how you were able to get the job done. I think around 90 pitches for the night and a 3-hit shutout.
Yeah, I go up there, especially today, youth night. I was really locked in, stepping up on the mound. Just know I had to fill it up. Started off with the first batter of the game was a walk, so that kind of hurt my confidence a little bit. But no, I'm just kidding. But it was good. I like to fill it up, throw the baseballs like popcorn in there. So yeah, it was fun.
I know it was kind of unusual, Evan, because your only 1-2-3 inning was the last inning. Mm-hmm. So you allowed one base runner in each of the first 6 innings. I don't think you necessarily desired a pitch out of the stretch, but you ended up being in that situation much of the night. Why were you able to get outs to leave so many Sauk Rapids Rice base runners in scoring position?
I don't really practice coming out of the stretch that much. Actually, I don't throw very much unless I'm in a game. But I don't know. I kind of just felt like, runners on, you got to lock in a little bit more. I feel really relaxed out of the stretch or the wind up. And then when I come out of the stretch, I got to focus really on throwing the pitches or throwing the balls in the zone. So yeah, kind of just an extra sense of urgency when runners are on base.
We are getting together here with Evan Zabel from the Alexandria Cardinal baseball team, one of our 2 quality Toyota Cardinal athlete players of tonight's game. He would end up spinning the 3-hit shutout, striking out a total of, I believe, 7 batters in tonight's game as Alexandria gets the victory by a score of 9-0. Evan, it seemed like in this game, once the Cardinals were able to get on the board, it's almost like a true team effort. You see it with 15 hits on the scoreboard tonight. What would you say about the plate production by Alexandria in this game?
I think our games against Bemidji were really good for us. I think everyone during those 2 games went up to the plate, with a really good approach and just putting the ball in play. Other than myself, I didn't do the best, but yeah, I think that carried over to this week. 15 hits, so we had a few walks. Nolan Johnson told me he had the first walk of his first walk of the season today, so I guess that's something. He's seen the pitches really well. Yeah, and I think we got a good thing going right now. So
Your team has now won 3 straight games to go to 11-7 on the year. I know your head coach, Jake Munch, really likes the makeup of this team. He feels that better things are still ahead for the Alexandria Cardinals. Evan, being in the dugout as you are as a player, how good are you feeling about this team?
I love it. I love every single one of these guys. I think we got a really good bond here. Like Sam said, we've been playing with each other since 3rd grade, I think. So we got really good chemistry, and it's just fun to go out there with your friends. I mean, me and Griff, I think we've laughed at each other during the game out on the field, probably the last 3 games. So it's just fun to go out there, have a good time, kind of mess around a little bit, but also, lock in and, win some baseball games.
You would probably be a pretty good guy to be in the Layton media offices. We like to have a good time there, too, and know how to shoot the BS out and everything like that. But do you get the feeling that the chemistry on this team is really good?
Yeah. I thought last year our Legion team was really good, like chemistry-wise, and I'd honestly say that this team is better. I'd say I'm best friends with every single one on this team. It's just fun to go to practice every day, have a good time, mess around a little bit again, but again, lock in when you need to, and just succeed as a team.
It seems to me in Class 4A Section 8, this section could very well be wide open. We have seen in years gone by, Moorhead won the section last year as a number 7 seed. Previously, Sartell won a couple of section titles as a seed number 5 or lower in this section. So being seeded high doesn't always guarantee a whole lot in the playoffs. But what do you think Alexandria can do in the postseason coming up?
Yeah, I'd like to say I think we're the number 1 seed for the last 2 years in 3A, and we kind of sucked, being straight up. So I guess our seed for the playoffs doesn't really matter. We could get the 8 seed, and I'd feel just as confident with this team to go out there and succeed on a nightly basis. I think, like Sam said, we're not quite at our peak yet, but we're definitely getting there. I think the Sartell game was a really good turning point for us. Munch had a really good message after that game, and obviously after that we've gone 3 straight wins. So I think our best is still yet to come, but we're going towards that direction.
I know some of your teammates have been sidelined. I believe 3 players that are unavailable right now, but it also means the opportunity for other people to step up. One of those was Ty Miller last week, and now I think he's been in the lineup for 3 straight games after having a really good JV baseball season. What type of presence has Ty Miller brought to this team?
I think it's just him especially has brought the next man up mentality, especially to this team. Ty Miller's been playing his Sam Word off.
Yes, took us, as we might say.
He's been playing his rear end off. And I think another player who's been doing really well is Easton Klimek at 3rd.
Yes.
He's had a ton of great plays today, and the last few games, however many he's been starting, he's been just mashing the ball. So it's fun to see him and Ty, step up and kind of get a bigger role on this team, and it's just fun when you got 18 guys on this bench and you can trust every single one of them step out on that field and perform at a high level.
Guys, I'll talk to you when we get into the break here, but Evan, thanks so much. Congratulations on the shutout bid on the Hill. We'll look forward to talking to you and interacting in a social manner this weekend.
Yes, thank you.
Very good. And Sam Wiseman, thanks a lot for your time and congratulations. Sam Wiseman and Evan Zabel from the Alexandria Cardinal baseball team are quality Toyota Cardinal athlete players of tonight's game. Alexandria wins 9-0 over Sauk Rapids Rice. This is our postgame report brought to you by Juettner Motors of Alexandria. More after this timeout.
Trum Drug has things in every aisle that you won't find anywhere else, and many of them are made right here in Minnesota. Stop in and grab something for yourself, a friend, or family. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
If you haven't experienced all new Woodies, you're missing out on the best clean in town.
We installed all new equipment and high suction vacuum service,
but kept our personalized touch with our pre-wash and hand drying service.
Get your shine on
at Woody's Car Wash in the heart of downtown Alexandria.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. A-Guard. We build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
At ALP Utilities, we're proud to be a community-owned public power and water utility. That means local decisions, reliable service, and reinvesting in Alexandria. From classrooms to sidelines, we're proud to be a part of the moments that bring our community together.
There is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new unused equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best, piano and voice to guitar and violin. Carlson Music Center, for all your musical needs in Alexandria.
We are back one final time at Canute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria, where Youth Night was a rousing success for Alexandria baseball. A lot of young people had the opportunity to enjoy a free meal in between the JV and varsity ball games. And then the Alexandria JV won in a walk-off 3-2 in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Cardinal varsity only needed 6.5 innings as Alexandria wins by a score of 9-0. The Cards go with 9 runs, 15 hits, no errors, 11 runners left on base. And Sauk Rapids Rice, no runs, 3 hits, 2 errors. The Storm ended up stranding 6 base runners. The winning pitcher, one of our postgame guests, senior Evan Zabel, gets the 3-hit shutout. He only walked a couple of batters. He struck out 7 and ends up getting the victory for Alexandria. And the starting pitcher for the Sauk Rapids Storm, Kason Schinkel, ends up taking the loss. He would go the first 3 innings, giving up the first 4 runs, and then 2 relievers for Sauk Rapids Rice come in, that being Gavin Weber throwing 1 inning, and then Owen Gales throwing 2 innings. Those 2 players give up a combined 5 runs. 3 of those were earned because of 1 Sauk Rapids Rice error. JP Boline, really a nice all-around game. Pitching was good, defense was solid, hitting was good. Alexandria gets to check all 3 boxes here.
They were. I mean, fielding too. I mean, they had no errors here tonight. It was all clean fielding. They were challenged a lot thanks to Evan Zabel. You want to be challenged in the field, you know, when your pitcher is on like that. So, you know, they did a good job there. But yeah, key hitting was huge. It looked like right away in the first couple of innings that we were going to get in for a low-scoring affair with teams struggling to hit with runners at scoring position, but that only happened for one team, and it wasn't Alexandria. They did a great job, and another home game to be proud of here for the Cardinals. That's 3 in a row.
And so Alexandria now stands at 11-7 on the year. The Cardinals conclude their Central Lakes Conference schedule at 7-3. 3 non-conference games are ahead, and 2 of those will be in the Twin Cities. One later this week at St. Francis on Friday, and then next Monday down in Andover. Usually a very good Class 4A baseball team. Nice get for Activities Director Ben Kavit and the Cardinal baseball team to have Andover on the schedule right in front of the section tournament. And then Alexandria will conclude its regular season with a home game next Tuesday night. It's a 7 o'clock varsity start when the Cardinals host the Moorhead Spuds. We will be back to broadcast Alexandria Cardinal baseball once the Cards get into Section 8 Class 4A competition toward the end of May after Memorial Day. But we have delighted in broadcasting a number of Alexandria baseball regular season games. And, you know, I think we've picked very good days or nights, JP. Alexandria's baseball team, 1 under 500 when we're not broadcasting on the latent media platforms, 5-0 when they are.
Yeah, and it's just weird how it works out that way. Obviously, Alexandria, and they, it hasn't been easy opponents either. I mean, look at Bemidji, look at Sauk Rapids. They're always a strong baseball squad. So really, really impressed from what we saw. And, we've seen some really good games for Alexandria, a couple of big-time leads and a couple of, just good pitching performances and low-scoring affairs. So we've seen it all here with Alexandria, and I really look forward to seeing what this team can do in their first run in Class A4A.
Yep, it should be fun. And for the Cardinals, that postseason will begin in 2 weeks, right after Memorial Day. JP, great to work with you once again. Thanks as always. We'll team up on Friday of this week for our final Alexandria softball broadcast of the regular season when the Cardinals match up against one of their new section rivals, the Monticello Magic.
I look forward to it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Thanks for having me today.
That's JP Boline, my broadcast partner for Alexandria Cardinal baseball and fast pitch softball in the spring of 2026. Big thanks to Juettner Motors for being the presenting sponsor of our post-game report. Thanks to the other boosters of Alexandria Cardinal sports programming helping to bring you tonight's play-by-play. We extend our appreciation to Steve D back at KXRA Radio in downtown Alexandria, and to Jay for the terrific work as our videographer for the coverage on our YouTube channel tonight. Our next broadcast will be Alexandria Fast Pitch Softball on Friday, the 15th of May. The Cardinals will host Monticello at 5. We will take air with the Juettner Motors pregame show around 4:30 Friday afternoon. That'll do it from Arnie Backus, Glenwood State Bank Field at Knute Nelson Memorial Park in Alexandria. For JP Boline, this is D-Mac Dave McClurg saying good night from Alexandria's Knute Nelson Ballpark, where in varsity baseball, Alexandria prevails over Sauk Rapids Rice on youth night. The Cardinals blank the Storm 9-0.